Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay. I'm the car hauling dispatcher here on Auto Transport Intel, and we're live again. This is episode number 36, and I'm calling it Know Your Numbers because we're going to talk about numbers. This is going to be super boring, but important. I mean, you got to know your numbers, man. You know, we focus on carrier pay all day long. But do we focus on carrier expenses? Does that only happen when, you know, there's a problem, when there's a expense problem, maintenance problem, money problem? You don't want to do that. You want to focus on your money. So you want to focus on your profit, not gross revenue, not just gross revenue, but gross revenue minus expenses equals gross profit. And then you can calculate what you're making per mile or what you're losing per mile, and then you'll know more about your business. So we're going to do that. This show, actually, the topic was recommended by George. So George, if you're out there, thank you so much, man, for the recommendation. If you have an idea for a show, leave it in the comments below. You know, you can send me an email. I prefer comments on YouTube, but if you want to send me an email, keep it off the record, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And, you know, I love it when you guys join the chat, so I'm looking over here at my chat window. Mike says, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mike? Welcome back to the show, man. I hope things are going well for you. Mike, as you guys know, I just finished part 3 of my dispatcher in training. Already, Mike has a lot of experience under his belt, more every day. You know, when you're doing dispatch every day in the trenches, I mean, experience builds fast. So having been a dispatcher now for 6 years, I know, man, that's 6 years of hand-to-hand combat is what it is. Roxy Auto Transport, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming back. I really do. And Acme Transport is back. Hey, Jay, thanks for taking the time to mentor my dispatcher. Awesome. Yeah, you know, I already forget her name. I talked to so many people, but I gave her some great tips and, you know, ideas about searching techniques. Gosh, what's her name again? Remind me, please. And I'll thank her because she was really patient as far as taking in the information. I know I was talking fast. I always talk fast. It's like I ramble. So, yeah, and I'm happy to help you. You know, Acme Transport, Eliarel. You know, you tune into this show. You've been here many, many times in the chat, and so I'm happy to help. If somebody needs help, whether you're a dispatch, car hauler, broker, shipping customer. In fact, I love it when shipping customers email me. I had another shipping customer email me the other day. That was really cool. So, autotransportintel@gmail.com. I'm happy to help in any way I can. How it going, Jay? Oh, you're back. Alex, all right. Welcome back to the show, Alex. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for coming back. And Jose, yeah, dude, I was going to give you a call, and your message is retracted. That's okay. I was going to give you a call, but I get so behind now. The emails are rolling in, which is awesome. In fact, I gave a consult. That was yesterday. I had a long consult. So if you need a consultation with me for some one-on-one coaching for your business, let me know. Send me an email. We can set something up. autotransportintel@gmail.com, or put it in the comments below. I would love to do more consulting, so I'm happy to do that. It seems like each time I talk about stuff, I know more than I thought I did. But you know, it's not a one-way conversation, and so I mean, I appreciate you guys coming here and communicating with me, because otherwise, you know, it'd be dull. It'd just be me talking to myself, which is what dispatching really. It's like being in a vacuum, having a conversation with nobody. So Vanessa, yeah, okay, awesome. Vanessa's here, cool. Yeah, Vanessa, I'm glad to help, and I hope things are going well in your dispatch travels. So Bulldog Transport is back. First time here, Bulldog? I'm not sure. Your name sounds familiar, but you know, I just can't be sure. So welcome to the show. I really appreciate it. And if you're, if you're just watching and listening, but you don't want to join the chat, that's totally cool. But if you hear something tonight that sparks your interest and you want to talk more about it, please do chat or leave a comment. And Clarksville Trucking is with us. So what we're going to do tonight is, first I'm going to talk to William at transportfortroops.org. We're going to talk to him and find out more about what he's doing with military moves and how he's helping those folks out with their need, because we do try to, there are groups out there that people, groups, what have you, right, that could use help from time to time, like a dispatcher with their shaking their little cup. But no, we really, it's cool to give back to the community, and that's what Transport for Troops is doing for military members. So that's really cool. We're going to talk to William, and then after that we're going to start the Know Your Numbers, Study Your Numbers conversation with Dave Williams at Clarksville. We're also going to talk to Melissa and John of Griffo Auto Transport. That is going to be awesome. And then after we talk to them, we're going to do another car hauling coaching session with Hotshot Dave and Sean Gibson as the trainee tonight. And if you want a personal coaching session, if you want to do an interview, comment below, send me an email, and we'll hook you up. So, because Sean saw the previous coaching session we did, contacted me, and that's how it works, man. It's an ecosystem. So also I just want to take this time to thank Dispatch Garage, Trucking Answers. It seems like the network is growing, and we're bringing more folks into the community and into the conversation. This isn't the only place to find a conversation, but it's nice to see just the tent growing as far as the congregation. So that's really exciting. Chris, Pull Dog Transport, right? Okay, so you sent me, I think you sent me an email. I owe you. I need to get back to you as well. So, sweating here, man. It's summer, dude. It's June. It's road check, dude. You guys are sweating out there. I'm sure of it. Big Papa, how's it going, Jay? That was me earlier. I was sick, learning a lot. Oh, okay, cool. You were sick, but you were sick learning? You were learning sick. I don't know, man. What's up, Jay? Thanks for all the knowledge you've given me, man. That's really nice. Thank you, Jayla. That is cool. It's all right. Cool. There's a sentence coming. All right, so it's already 8:11, so we're gonna try and blow through some industry news. I know this show's gonna go long, so I'm just gonna apologize in advance. There's just so much to talk about. Let's see here. Industry news. Okay, so of course it's road check week starting today, tomorrow, and Thursday. If you don't need to be driving, then don't do it, man, because they are, in fact, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here. This is kind of cool. Let's see. Motor City Trans was live on
kayaking or something. I don't know, man. Sit inside the house on the couch, man. Watch some TV or something, man. Just chill, man. A couple more days, man. It's over, man. But they're out there, man. And they check. Yeah, man. Like I said, this is like their little hall. This is like their hall pass, man. 72 hours. This crap, man. They can do anything they want to do to any driver, man. Basically, man. Cause, hey. The government issued them this 3-day thing, so ask for it. I'm just gonna either dodge it and just keep going. Be safe out there, drivers. Michigan DOT, but it's just 365 days a year. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That's true, man. They'll get you out here, man. That is so true, man.
That was awesome. So I saw Motor City Trans was on Instagram earlier, and it was cool to see he was out there trying to get information of the DOT, like hands-on, real-time information. So if you're able to, let me go back to the screen. If you're able to make a video, go out there. Let's get some information. This is, this is our industry, right? And we want to share information. We don't want to get stuck in citation world. We want to get stuck in money world. Let's get stuck in money world, dude. All right, okay. Let's go back to, so that's road check. All right, let's get stuck in money world. ELD exempt trucks make more money. Prove me wrong. Okay? I know, don't blame the ELD, blame HOS. Don't, you know, what, bullets don't kill people, people do. Okay, so then I told the cop, what you talking about bullets for? So then I told that DOT cop, I'm not hauling logs. Why do I need a logbook? It's pretty awesome. So you know it's YouTube, so I try to keep it clean. So, you know, we'll try to keep the cussing down. If I see a cuss word, I just won't read it. I don't mind. I just, you know, I don't want to get like demonetized. All right. When gas reaches $5. How to keep people out of your truck while sleeping. Okay, this is a lot lizard sign. Unless you're paying me, don't knock on my truck window. My rates are $10 to see it, $20 to touch it, and $50 I'll dance around with it. Oh man, that's pretty awesome. The GPS said left turn. I think that's a, you know what trucking company that is. How do you even do that? I don't even know, man. That's crazy. Oh, there's his ELD. Look, he's got an ELD in the window. There's the, right? The magic box. What else is going on up in here? Harold's Hauling is in the house. What's up? CB Harold, thanks for saying hello, and thanks for joining the show. I appreciate it. Carpooling.com. All right. Daryl, I'm going to have you on the show. I mean, we haven't talked yet. I'm just saying it. Hopefully it's okay with you. But I want to have you on the show here maybe in a few weeks. So will you send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I'd really like to talk to you about carpooling. I think carpooling could be a whole show. So please contact me. Hey, what's up, DP Dispatch? All right, so Davison is in the house. Davison, I've seen your latest, you know, you keep doing the Facebook marketing like we talked about. It looks great. It looks really good. Where's Griffo? He's not here yet, man. But he will be here soon. Hopefully I'm not late, so I'm going to try and get through some more of this news. What is up with... Who wants to haul a $30 car? Anybody? Man, as a dispatcher, I never want to see a 15-cent a mile car. I don't care. If it's from Kansas City to Kansas City, it shouldn't be 30 bucks. Hashtag this is car hauling, man. Come on. I don't know what I'm looking at. What is that? It's not a Copart. It's in a parking lot? Is somebody driving that? I don't know. Nobody's driving that. That is, I wonder how that happened. Oh, it came from the top. Okay, so what? Oh, no. Hit the brakes too hard and it came flying off? Man, I don't know. That sucks. That's weird. I wonder how that happened. Oh, man. That's harsh. Dude, look at that, man. Look at that, dude. Wow. Crispy. That's like that KFC Nashville chicken. Okay, that's not funny. Oh, man. That's gnarly, too. You know, I think that was that Nebraska crash on I-80. I'm pretty sure. You got it. All right, Daryl. That's awesome, man. Philly Hotshot. Good evening. Big fan. Really? Cool, man. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. You know, I really do. I invite everybody to this show. I want everybody to come in, watch, participate, you know, come and go. You know, this is a long show, dude. So if you only watch for 30 seconds, that's fine. I don't care. But please check in, and hopefully over time, you know, the show, my goal with this show is that I want to impart knowledge, and then I could also use knowledge. I'm not the expert. I'm just a guy sitting at a desk. I'm just a dispatcher, man. I'm just a guy dispatching cars. I'm not the expert, but I'm a media guy, and so I put together a show for the car hauling ecosystem. So that's my deal. What else? I don't even know how that happens. What do we got? What's your email? Okay, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Here, I'm going to put it in the chat. Hey, what's up, Brian? Autotransportintel autotransportintel@gmail.com. All right, there we go. Never seen this before. Well, and then I got to thank John for telling you about this show. That's awesome. Because I've known about you, Daryl. I knew about your carpooling.com, but I didn't know your name, so I'm looking forward to talking to you. I really am. I think carpooling.com is a great name. I think it's a great idea. And I'm also really curious, moving forward, like with Ready Logistics at the Mannheim in Orlando, what is going to happen with carpooling? You know, it's weird. When I talk to like people that don't know anything about auto transport, and I kind of give information, and I talk about carpoolers, what's a carpooler, why do you need carpooling? Oh my gosh, you need carpooling. And then, wait a minute, what do you mean there's no courtesy van at that Mannheim? Oh my gosh, drivers have to walk 5 miles to get one car, and it's, you know, it's pretty crazy. So there is so much to know, and that's why, I mean, there's just show after show, we got so much to talk about. And I don't know what you do with that. What do you do with that? Not much. Okay, that, you know, this stuff is all from Facebook, right? I'm just a passenger. Anyways, so it looks like too much weight on the dovetail, and you got a problem. So I would recommend go back and watch the episode Trailers and Insurance, where we talk about, you know, weight distribution. Okay, man. You know, that's a really interesting photo. Actually, that was a really good photo. Whoever took that did a great job. And that car hauler is lucky. I can't believe it. I can't believe he didn't roll or nothing. That's unbelievable, isn't it? What do you guys think of that photo? That is amazing. Sheesh. It's crazy. Okay, popped my level 1 cherry west of Odessa, reeling them in like free candy. Oh man, that's what's happening today. I'm pretty sure this is from today. Carpooler for Mannheim, Fort Lauderdale. Oh, Ron is a carpooler for Mannheim, Fort Lauderdale. If you need him. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ron, for posting that. That's great, man. You know what? I would love to have you on the Carpooler Show. So, will you send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I'm telling you, we'll have a whole carpooling show. Now, I know this isn't car hauling, but I would put this in the jerry rigging show. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You just, you don't want the DOT to see that. But that is, I would say, for the smallest, what do you call those things? Lock straps? That is some pretty handy work right there. Man knows his leverage. Okay, I don't need a visor. Just drop deck down. Now I'm good. I think that's John. John, I think that's your Stinger. I'm pretty sure. How we doing? 821? Okay, I'm not far behind. We got a house extension. You know, you don't want to use that adjective. I don't want to offend. And then, you know, somebody wants me to get fired. So, oh, sensitive. Okay, I don't know what it is, but I want it. Agreed. That is interesting. That is very interesting. I'll take one of those. That'd be cool. I don't know where I'm driving it. This is a kitchen. So what? I don't know, but I like it. That's pretty cool. That is a nice mobile kitchen, man. I'll take one of those. Inside of, can I get that kitchen in this? That'd be awesome. That'd be a geographical oddity. Gotta love it when your bar doesn't want to leave your side. Traveled 85 miles from Falston, Maryland to Philadelphia on number 5 deck. Wow. That is awesome. It's a sweet bar. 6 ways to divide Florida. I found this interesting. This was on Facebook, and actually Sean posted this, Sean Steinberg. I was thinking, you know, like you can divide up Florida by Disney weekends, teams, type of land, traffic, you know, cattle ranch, sugarcane fields, golf course. So many things in car hauling could be divided up like that. You know, good loads, bad loads, I don't know, man. I just was really, it made me think. I think what I thought was that maybe somebody would see this and be like, oh yeah, and run with it. Maybe somebody has artistic tendencies out there and is like, yeah, I totally know what to do with that idea. So I don't know. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, I got another message retracted. I didn't do that. Okay. It happens, though. It happens. It's okay to You can retract your message. You can here. DOT? I don't know. I doubt it. Okay, effective immediately. Gate passes will not be printed or released unless you have a copy of the central dispatch sheet or bill of lading from the dealer or gate pass from dealer. This is the same for car pullers. They need a copy of the central dispatch sheet or bill of lading. This is what I'm talking about in car pulling. This stuff's new. Like these new. Oh, did you guys see the mugshot of the key fob thief? Took 3 key fobs worth $1,000. That was on Facebook today. So don't do that. Anyways, there you go. Oh, and Georgia's hands-free law. Have you guys heard the specifics of this? Sucks, man. You know, it's weird. On the one hand, ELD mandate. On the other hand, get your hand off that device. Interesting, right? Man, touchy. Driver cannot hold or support wireless telecommunication device with any part of the body. Listen to the internet. You can't listen to an internet-based radio app? Jeez, man. Write, send, or read a text. Okay, that would probably be the original purpose of the law. Watch a video except for navigation. You can't watch auto transport intel in Georgia? Dude, record a video? Okay, right? Especially what are those speedometer videos on Snapchat? Don't be doing that. And then you've got your fines. I guess it's not too bad. So, you know, there's that. So yeah, Georgia's hands-free law. Oh, it's not in effect yet. So you have 3 weeks to go crazy. Oh, is that it? I think I'm at the end here. All right. All right. So I'm only 5 minutes behind. That's not bad. Arthur, welcome back to the show, Arthur. All right. You saw the key fob thief? Yeah, man. That sucks, doesn't it? I mean, I feel bad when I see stuff like that. Like, you know, just, I know he shouldn't have done it, but like, it was just 3 key fobs. Man, I don't know. Do you have to have your mugshot all over the universe? Really? I don't know. Really? It's not very compassionate. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to William. Whatever happened to compassionate conservatism? 95. Okay. You don't want to yell out his phone number. Jeez. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, welcome to Auto Transport Intel, William.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Terrific, thank you.
All right, so I want to welcome you to the show. And the anticipation's been building, right? Here we are.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, awesome. So do me a favor and please tell everyone, what is Transport for Troops?
So, Transport for Troops is a nonprofit organization. We just got our 501c3, and the primary mission behind Transport for Troops is to provide relief to military families that are transitioning between duty stations by providing either grants or subsidized transport of their vehicles.
Okay. And so tell me, I mean, what does that look like? You know, from a point of view on the ground, for someone who may not know exactly what you said, you know, in layman's terms, yeah, tell me more.
So most people aren't aware that Uncle Sam doesn't pay for everything for men and women in uniform, and I'm an Army veteran myself and had to move across the country twice, and it was largely out-of-pocket expense. On average, the typical service member will go out $1,725, which is unreimbursed expenses during a move. And for even the highest enlisted service member, that's still about a third of their base pay. For lower enlisted, you know, E3 or you know, sergeants or privates, they're going to be, going out either a full month or more than half of a month's pay in unreimbursed expenses. So it's definitely not something that gets compensated for. There is some allowances and some reimbursements, but it's a trying time, and usually these moves are either following a deployment or leading up to a deployment. They're not a easy transition from one coast to the other. They're pretty hurried, and sometimes the families are even split up during the trip. So it's not a relaxing time, and our mission is to alleviate some of that stress and take some of that burden on and allow the public an opportunity to have a real meaningful impact on the average service member, which every year there's over 250,000 families that are displaced, with these moves. So definitely a need and a chance we can all chip in and help, every single one of them.
Wow. I'm glad you explained that because I had no idea the level of burden that would put on a military move that's unreimbursed. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and a lot of guys don't find that out until the last minute. I know the first time I did a move, I didn't realize I was going to have to pay for getting my vehicle across the country. And, most of the people that I talk to, they're not looking for any kind of handout. In fact, many of them want to help those that are at most in need. But there's definitely a need there where, we just fired our website up end of March, and we've had over 100 requests for support, and we keep on getting more every day. So
Wow.
we're definitely, and we're not even trying to get in front of the audience yet. They just hear through the grapevine that there's some people trying to help out, and most of them are very happy, even if we can only give a little. But that's why we're reaching out to people who are professionals in this industry, because there's, as I said, we're a 501c3, so we're able to offer tax deductible receipts for donations. Like if a carrier wanted to sponsor a spot on their truck, they could donate the spot, receive a tax benefit for it, and in the process have a huge impact on a young family that's in the midst of one of the more trying things that they have to go through in their career.
Wow. That's a really neat organization. I mean, are you the founder?
Yes, like I said, I'm an Army veteran, and I met another Army veteran actually in this industry when I first got started in the business about 7 years ago. And he and I both had shared experiences with moves, and we had customers that were calling every day, and military families that appreciated some discount, but they're not going to a corporate relocation or getting some kind of raise, or just getting moved because needs of the military. And we decided 5 years ago to really figure out a way to get this going, and took some fighting and getting the IRS to understand that this is a need. About 5 years later now, we've got the approval and the recognition, and we're just trying to get the word out to people who may think that it's compensated, because really these service members aren't complaining, saying, "Hey, help me out." For the most part, they're happy even with a $25 discount.
Right.
Thanks for that, and some of them will turn that down even. But by and large, there's a definite need there that a lot of them could really benefit from. So yeah, it's personal to me. I wanted to give back, and this would be something I would have loved to have when I was
For sure. I mean, and so that's interesting. And so your situation, I mean, experiencing it firsthand like you did, obviously is what led you to create this, right?
Yes. Ever since I left the Army, I was looking for some way to get back involved with the community, because there's a camaraderie there that is hard to duplicate anywhere else. And
Right.
this was one way that I was shocked to see no one had even considered this fundamental need. And I think it's largely in part because the people who are experiencing the need they're not looking for it, they're not seeking it out so much. So yeah, I mean, my experience, and then my customers that were coming to me in the last 7 years with my own business, really led me to see an opportunity here to partner up with some people and put a challenge out. And we do have some interesting challenges too. Like we're asking if anybody wanted to, it's free. You could start a Facebook fundraiser, and if you raise $100, then we've got all kinds of gifts, hats, and coffee mugs and stuff. We're just trying to challenge people to share the word with their friends and family, because even a small amount, it doesn't take a lot to cover this expense. And even what we've been able to raise awareness with our own friends and family has been hugely impactful. We've actually been able to sponsor 5 families just personally and extend a lot of discounts through partnerships. So there's a lot of people who want to help, and we just want to get the word out.
That is awesome. What I was thinking here is, okay, so you've got your website, transportfortroops.org, right?
Correct.
And then you've got a Facebook page, which on Facebook you're Transport for Troops on Facebook, right?
Yes, sir.
And then on Twitter, Instagram, same thing, Transport for Troops.
Yeah, I think on Twitter it's Transport My POV.
Okay.
The acronym for a personally owned vehicle.
Okay. Transport My POV. Okay. And then what if somebody wants to contact you directly? Are they able to do that?
Yes. I mean, so I put my personal cell phone out. Anybody wants to call me and discuss it. I'm totally available if anybody interested in wanting to hear more and reach out.
Do you
discuss that?
Obviously we're live now, but this will be on demand. Do you want to give your phone number and email address for anybody that might want to contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. My personal cell phone is 954-856-3494, and my email is my first name William at transportfortroops.org. You could also reach my partner and co-founder Mike at transportfortroops.org. He's actually a truck driver with close to 20 years driving some enclosed transport around the country, and he's been instrumental in getting a lot of these families subsidized himself. So we've done a lot of shipment on his own rig and been able to help a lot of people that way as well. But you can reach either of us, and I know he's probably better on the email because he's got his hands off the wheel, like you were mentioning earlier, or on the wheel rather.
Right. Well, I'm really glad that we connected. I think your organization is awesome. You're right. I assumed that military moves were covered by the military. I didn't know that any percentage wasn't. So, I mean, you've opened my eyes up to a need that exists, and that's always a good thing. So, I mean, I appreciate what you're doing. It's awesome.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for having us on and giving us an opportunity to share with your audience, and looking forward to seeing how things go and keeping everybody informed.
Okay, well, thanks so much. And if there's anything else I can do, if you have an update, just let me know, and I'm happy to help you in any way I can.
Perfect. Yeah, you can count on it. Thank you again.
All right, cool, man. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, see ya. Wow, that is cool. Let's go back to my main screen here. And that's what's neat is that I believe that I think William contacted me on Facebook. I think it was. I can't remember. So, Auto Transport Intel on Facebook, on YouTube. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And, I mean, you know what's cool, Jose? I was going to give you a call. I didn't know that you were an Army vet. And so that's so cool that this program and organization connects with you, and you're going to contact them. That's awesome. That's what this is all about. The ecosystem and car hauling community. That is what we're talking about, and we never know exactly how it is gonna shake out and what's gonna happen. So this live show, I love this. I really do. This is my passion. I want to keep it going, and so cool. Wow, I'm kind of blown away. I was blown away last week. I think you guys saw me kind of blown away last week, probably around this time, and it's happening again. Like, wow, so cool, man. Yeah, connect. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. We are going to talk to Dave Williams, and we're going to move on to know your numbers, study your numbers, and that's what this show's all about. Let's do that. Okay, I know the phone's over here. It's a little strange, but you know, it's in the shot and it's functional. It's a prop. So what are you gonna
Compassion Hotline, what's your pleasure?
do? Hey, what's up, Dave?
Where's the love and compassion as the world?
Exactly. What about the children?
Yeah. What about the children? About the children.
Exactly.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. So, I mean, here we are, you know, once again, you and I talking on the show. We talk off the show. We talk on the show. And I told you that I wanted you to help me begin the topic of know your numbers. So,
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers, study your numbers. And I think of Hotshot Dave. He says, know your numbers, you know?
I watched that video.
I know. He talks about it all the time. So what's interesting is that Dave talks about it all the time. And it was actually George, one of my viewers, George, he's in California. He's been saying, you got to do a show about your numbers. And actually, he sent me a spreadsheet, which I'm going to pull up later. But know your numbers. What is he talking about? What do you think we're supposed to be talking about here?
Well, first thing is it costs a lot to operate a car hauler. If you're operating, you're probably going to spend anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000 a month in expense costs, ranging from insurance to jet fluid. And one thing a lot of new business owners don't think of is taxes. You know, they make all this money and they're thinking, to come the end of the year, they didn't put 25% of it aside to pay their taxes. So knowing your numbers is a good thing, especially if you're making money.
Right. That's right. Well, it's interesting that we really don't, you do. You help me think about expenses more than I normally do. As a dispatcher, I'm looking at what does the car pay, right? And you're thinking, you're right. Here I'm on Central, and I'm doing my search, and I'm looking for something good, and you know I'm like, you know, hey, there's a 4-pack, and here we go, 2 vehicles, ATV and a car, Arkansas to Illinois, hook it up, and you're thinking, well, Jay, that's only 42 cents a mile. And I'm thinking,
right.
well, you know, but that it is what it is. And you're thinking, well, but my expenses are 45 cents a mile.
Correct.
So
you're making just a change. If you have a breakdown or an overnight stay with it, you lose that too.
Right. So,
it's good to know what it costs you per mile to move. And if I'm moving and hauling cars, it costs me about 60 cents a mile just to roll the wheels. And now, I'm kind of lucky because I had my truck paid off before I started pulling cars. And a lot of folks don't have that pleasure. So your numbers are going to be a whole lot different than that. My main expense is insurance and gas, or diesel. Those are my main insurance. If I don't work at all, I spend $1,750 a month sitting still. And that's with the insurance fee is $375 a week, and then you got your central dispatch fee at $116. You got your super dispatch fee at $55, and then another $100 for I forgot what the $100 was. I sat down earlier and figured out what it cost me to sit still a month, and it cost me about $1,770. Oh, phone for your phone.
Phone.
So it cost me $1,770 a month to do nothing.
Right. Okay, so having said that, so I pulled up what I'm going to do now is I am pretending to be the brand new car hauler. All right? And so rather it's kind of like that painter guy that makes happy trees?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm him. All right? And
All right.
I got a blank canvas. I'm not going to start with mountains and trees. We're going to do it together. So here we go. Let's make some happy trees. All right? So, this is my expenses, right? All I did is go to Google and I started a new spreadsheet. All right, so expenses. I got a truck payment. And by the way, let's see if I can make this bigger. Can I do that?
About $800 a month is your average truck payment.
How much?
About 800.
800 a month?
Depending on what you put down and how well your credit is.
All right, and I'm just going to do per month for now. And then I got my trailer payment.
Depending on what you buy, if you have a wedge, you don't have much of a trailer payment.
Let's assume let's pretend I'm a new car hauler. So what's a wedge? How much a month?
Well, a new wedge costs you about $5,500 to $7,000.
Right. So I'm going to get my handy dandy calculator here. I could use an app, but I'm going to do it old school. Although, yeah. Anyways, I didn't.
Yeah, how you would figure that? My trailer was with taxes and everything about $38,000.
So what did you say? What did you say? A 3-car was a 3-car wedge was for?
I'd say if you could get a decent one between $7,000 and $12,000, with dual wheels, you can get one of the cheap ones for about $5,500, $6,500.
All right, so I'm gonna do 12. I'm gonna do 10,000 divided by 12. Let's just say it's another 800. Let's just keep it easy. All right. What else? Truck payment, trailer payment.
Insurance.
Insurance. I was just gonna say.
Insurance is your killer.
Insurance is your
Especially
killer.
if you're a new car hauler.
And
Yeah.
maybe 1,000 a month.
No, it's going to be at least $4,000 to $6,000 down, and then about, depending on what you're using. If you're using a $10,000 trailer, it's going to be cheaper than if you're using a $30,000 trailer. So I would say at a minimum $1,200 to $1,500 a month.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm just gonna put 1,500. Let's go with the killer. All right. And then we got, all right, so and then we got like licensing fees, okay, which includes maybe our business fee, our MC authority.
About $600 a year.
600 a year, all right.
Yeah, about $50 a month.
About 50 bucks a month. And then we've got, should we put IFTA?
Cell phone. The IFTA, see, I had a hard time figuring that because some months I run 10,000 miles, some months I run 5,000 miles,
Yeah.
So it all depends. My last IFTA payment was $100. So figure $100 a month if you're running pretty steady.
All right, fair enough. That's fair. At least, and that's what's the most important is that we at least think about it and put something in there. I mean, like I was thinking about this, tax time, we go to the manila folder or the shoebox, and that's when we finally pay attention to our numbers. But we really should do this like every day. So
right, you add about $375 a month for maintenance on a diesel truck.
Okay, I'm with you. $375 for maintenance. What would you do for cell phone? 100?
I got 100.
Yeah.
Depends on what you have. How elaborate you get, but I would say 100 would be a minimum.
I agree with that. Whether however you slice your internet and phone and all that stuff. So what else we got here? Anything else major? I mean, should we, do we need to? We're not doing any profit yet. We're not doing personal revenue or personal expenses. We're just talking business.
Well, your office expenses. Some people have office expenses.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would be because my wife is my secretary, but a lot of people have office expenses. They got to pay somebody to file their IFTA taxes and stuff.
Right.
And a general piece of that is about $55 a month.
Well, the office, but what about office labor? I mean, if you're paying somebody, oh my gosh, that could be.
Right. It all depends. Some people have a company. I don't know what they're called, but it's a company that takes care of all your
compliance
charges and stuff.
Right. Either a compliance company or
Right.
I'm going to go with
that's usually about $55 to $75 a month. Let's go with the high side, $75.
That sounds cheap, but okay, yeah, sure.
Well, you can get it done. There's a guy here in Tennessee that does it for $50 a month. There's a girl in Knoxville that does it for $30 a month.
Dang.
To be sure that all your UCR is paid, your IF is paid. You know, just a standard monthly fee. I go 75 and that can cover everything.
Okay. All right. And then I left office labor blank, but, you know, I don't know. So what other major areas of expenses?
Where do you figure food? If you're on the road, you got to eat at least twice a day.
And, right, we didn't even do fuel. Oh, my gosh, this is going to get terrible.
Yeah, fuel is pretty good.
Would you go?
Fuel costs you about 40 to 50 cents a mile. So it just depends on how you're rolling, you know, because most good car trucks, if you're pulling a nice trailer, you're getting about 7 to 10 miles to the gallon.
So, well, yeah, Kimberly says fuel, and Bulldog says 1,500. I mean,
for what?
I think he's saying fuel.
Man, 1,500 won't take me a week.
Well, I know. Well, that's what well, like you said, everybody's different. But I mean, and he, you know, he's probably talking about something else. I think he's saying I cost 1,500 a month.
Miles out of a tank. And I 700 to 600 miles a tank, and I have to fill up every day.
Fuel's one of the biggest ones.
$300 a day.
He's probably talking about insurance. What about $3,000 a month? For
what?
Fuel.
That won't even touch it.
Really? What is it? What should it be? 5,000?
I pay $300 a day. So how many days do you want to work?
Are you kidding me? 300 a day?
No, I ain't kidding you. Drive 500 miles pulling 40,000 pounds.
All right. Well, how about I don't? Let's do 6,000 for fuel.
And that would still be cheap.
And that'll still be cheap. How about 7,000? Yeah. Do I hear 8,000?
Well, let's see if it's $300 a day, 10 days. I mean, figure that up.
Well, you know? I'm leaving out the weekends, so I'm doing 300. I mean, 300 times 20. That's 6,000.
And most people have to stop a couple times a day for fuel. I carry 130 gallons, so I can make it a whole trip without having to stop. But that hurts your feelings, man, when you got to fill that tank up and go in there and drop a $300 bill on the counter.
Oh, man, that would hurt my feelings. I'm going to go 8,000.
Especially if you was pulling a 3-car wedge. I mean, that would really hurt your feelings. Because I pay my fuel off of one vehicle.
I've heard.
It still leaves me 3 for profit and other supplies, you know.
I've heard that tires is a lot, too. So, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 8,000 on fuel and then move on to another one.
Yeah.
All right. How about food? What can we? I mean, paying that much. Yeah.
Depending on where you're at, if you're driving a truck that don't have a sleeper, you got to have a shower, you got to have food. So you probably want to figure. Most people won't eat 3 meals a day, so you figure $8 in the morning, and then you got to shower for what, $12, or I don't know how much a shower.
I was just saying.
$12, I guess.
Well,
it's $10 for supper, so 22. I'd say about $26 a day for food.
26 bucks a day, so that's 200 a week. So let's just call it 1,000.
Yeah, that'd be fair, because sometimes you're gonna get snacks and sodas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All that shit adds up.
Oh my gosh.
About it because it's just pocket change.
This is
pocket change every day.
This is going to be awful. We're not going to be able to book anything, which pretty much explains our relationship. Okay, health insurance.
You're funny, man. You're funny. You know how much mine is? $1,800 a month and a $13,050 deductible.
That's insane, dude.
What about that?
Oh my god.
Don't even get me on insurance because I'll piss off everybody.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna go. No, I'm just gonna put 2,000.
You might as well skip that.
I'm gonna go 2,000. I'm just gonna do. Well, you know what? That sounds. Let's do this. Let's. I don't know. Let's say 1,500 a month. I know yours is high, but you've got other things that are low. So I'm trying to.
True.
I'm just going to say 1,500. 1,500 a month is probably a lot, especially for a new car hauler. A new car hauler is going to be younger, right?
You said health insurance, right?
Health insurance.
Yeah. Most younger people don't even have health insurance, especially since Obama was elected.
Oh, here we go. You told me this isn't a political show.
Got me messed up everything. He had changed, all right. He changed everything from good to bad.
Okay, Dave. What about the children? Okay.
Man, I tell you about the children, they're going to starve to death.
Okay. They're gonna start.
You better start raising money now. Is all I got to tell you.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Okay, tires. I've heard tires is a big one. Or did you
They're
put?
very big.
Are you gonna put that in maintenance or is that separate?
Well, you get about 22,000 miles out of a set of tires if you're lucky. So, and the tires on my truck, I run 19.5. They're about $310 a piece.
Okay.
So there's 6 of them on the truck.
All right, we got.
And 8 of them on the trailer.
I'm gonna might as well add your mortgage. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because I'm taking. Thank you guys for the live chatting. That really helps. Okay, keep live chatting. Based on the live chat, I'm gonna lower the fuel and I'm gonna take out health insurance. Okay, for the moment.
Yeah, I take out health insurance too because I didn't even pay it this year. I ain't paying $1,800. I think it's my butt.
Okay. All right, here we go. Maybe 5. What's 5, Bulldog? Chris. And Ernest says fuel by the mile. All right, good. Well, I think we got something good happening here. All right, let's go into. I put in hygiene. Let me get that out of there. But I mean, I was talking about showers. But if we do parking, should parking be a fee? I mean, is that reasonable?
I would never pay the park.
Okay. All right, let's take that out. Let's do
Walmart's for that.
Yeah, well, so if you're gonna park at Walmart, we're gonna need to add a line item for the boot you're gonna put on your car. Okay. We're gonna put $500 a pop. But we got an ELD fee. ELD is now an expense.
Mine's $30 a month.
All right, I'm gonna put in 50 because of I don't know, whatever. Tires. What's a good monthly tire expense?
Well, you can't really do a monthly tire expense. It depends on what you drive and how much you drive.
I know.
Just like fuel,
For now, I'm just going to put 100.
People say that's too much, but as long as you're pulling or not.
All right. So I'm just going to put in a number. We're going to keep moving on. So how am I doing? Did I leave anything out? Oh, yeah. Stan.
Your mortgage.
All right. Here's
what. Like Stan said, you need a mortgage.
So Stan, what I'm going to do. Because you know how I try to operate things.
Your image is blurry, by the way.
My image is... No, you know what? That's probably because the internet's awesome.
Okay.
All right. That's the internet awesome fee. All right, so I'm going to put car hauling software. How about that, Stan? Car hauling software, which is based on your number of drivers. Car hauling software, we're just going to put $50. All right. There's a good one. Tolls. That's a really good one. Because if you're in the Northeast, you definitely are paying tolls a month. We're going to call this tolls, etc., which I think is, which should be that should be a store, tolls, etc. I'm just going to put, tolls are a lot. I'm just going to put 200. That's probably low. Oh, and then you got your...
Depends on where you're at. I've never paid a toll.
Exactly. Well, that's because you're in Tennessee.
Tennessee, Alabama, Indiana, Missouri.
How about this? How about this? Tolls and potholes. Huh?
Oh, see, potholes goes on maintenance.
Yeah, well... Yeah, but potholes should have their own category. I'm just going to put tolls and potholes. I think that's fun. Central Dispatch. Right. Central Dispatch is $115 a month, right?
$116.
Well, okay. All right. Holy cow, got sidetracked. Oh, that's cool, Dave. Dude, you're busy. You're working, man. All right. So, everybody's working. Don't ever forget that. Okay. So, I was talking to me, not you. Okay, so
what are you looking like so far? You about got it covered.
I do. I got a lot here. All right. So, let's do a sum. And let's just grab all the rows and hit sum. And I got $74.70 a month. That's just expenses.
That's right. And then you still haven't taken taxes. You got to have taxes in there somewhere, too, because you got to say, you new car haulers need to put away 25% of your earnings every month just to pay your taxes. Because the first year, you're going to get by with paying it one time. The second year, you're going to have to pay quarterly.
Now, you're talking estimated quarterly tax payments?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You need to subtract 25% out of your earnings every quarter for taxes. And if you get to the end of the year and you didn't do that, you're going to have to take out a loan.
Yeah.
So then you got 25% plus interest
Okay, I'm way too low on maintenance. Okay, 500. Okay, 500 a week on fuel. All right, so my maintenance is way too low. Maintenance at
500 a
375 a
week on
month.
fuel is funny. That is funny.
Yeah. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna raise my fuel. Oh, I'm gonna raise my fuel to 3,000. I'm gonna raise my maintenance to 1,000. Now I'm at
Not a
9,000 a
week.
month.
The maintenance won't be 1,000 a week.
That a month. A month.
Okay, I'd say 400.
All right, so we're all over the place here. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna go maintenance 750 a month. But again, the practice of doing this is really what we're focused on, because now we're really thinking about what's it gonna take to offset these expenses. And that's right. Oh, bro, exactly. All the pressure comes back on me as usual.
Where's my load at?
Okay, exactly. What is going on? Quit messing around with the television. All right, so
You want me to do what?
yeah, exactly. All right, so here's what we're gonna do at this point. So it's already 9 o'clock. So you and I are gonna hit pause, and I'm gonna go to Melissa and John at Griffo Auto Transport, pick up this conversation. You helped me get it started, and that was our goal, and we accomplished our goal. What do you think of that?
All right. You're the man, Jay.
Thank you so much, man.
All right. If you need some more compassion, you call me. I'll hook you up.
I will, man. I hope to see you in the chat, and I appreciate your help as always.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. See you soon.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so here we go. Let's go to Melissa and John. Let's see. First, we're going to change. Let's see here. This is why I need to get me a switcher, Kimberly. Okay, so let's go the number. Okay. Okay, isn't this fun? Oh, it's so much fun. Look at those expenses racking up. You're doing...
Hello.
Hey, what's up, John?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, good. So we're talking about expenses. By the way, Hotshot Dave says I'm doing it wrong. Am I doing it wrong?
Hot Shot Dave?
Yeah, Hotshot Dave says I'm doing it wrong.
Well, what are you doing wrong?
I don't know. I guess I don't do it the way he does it. That's okay. Or
how's he doing, Hot Shot?
I don't know. We're going to talk to him soon. Does this look similar to what you guys might do?
Yeah, just come back.
Does this look similar to what you guys would do?
Similar.
Similar. All right. So let me say this. First of all, let me welcome you to the show, John. Ladies and gentlemen, John Griffo Auto Transport, is on the phone with us, and it's my honor to have him here. It's your first time here, and you're live on Auto Transport Intel. What do you think of that?
I love it.
Me too. Me too. And I'm really happy to have you here, man. The first time we ever talked was Friday.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So what's happening? What's going on right now? Or have you seen Road Check Blitz, or what's going on?
Actually, I haven't seen anything in New Jersey today. I'm very surprised.
Really? Nothing?
Actually, nothing today.
Wow.
I even posted on Facebook. I didn't see nothing today at all.
Maybe
tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah. Maybe your number just hasn't come up yet.
No, maybe not. We'll find out tomorrow.
Are you excited about that prospect?
Huh?
Are you excited at the prospect?
Excited?
Yeah. I mean, you're ready for this. This is nothing. How long you been doing this, John?
I'm doing it for about 20 years.
Right. So, I mean, you know what? DOT, not DOT.
Longer.
Right. It's like...
I haven't had any problems with DOT so far.
Do you ever do a DVIR in your dreams?
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that. Do you load cars in your dreams?
Well, I think about cars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All I think is loading and unloading it.
I've dispatched in my dreams, which really sucks.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh totally. Oh yeah, I've had.
Yeah, I had a little nightmare, to be honest. Sometimes I feel away and I won't sleep till next day until I load up this freaking car.
Right, right,
So,
right. Okay, so you're nervous about it. Yeah, so because you care, right? Isn't that what we're
yeah, yeah.
talking about? You care, yeah.
Like, is it worth it? Is it going to fit? I'm going to lose a car. Eventually, it works my way. It does fit.
Exactly. So hey, I'm gonna bring Melissa in on this conference, but before I do,
Sure.
I not only want do I want to thank Dave Williams of Clarksville Trucking for coming on the show, but then he also sent me a super chat. He's a wonderful guy, has great advice. Please watch. If you haven't watched the videos with Dave at Odessa, I got a couple videos on here with Dave, and let's see here. He's been in my trailers and insurance segment. I got Dave at Odessa Auto Auction. We also got Meet Dave, Meet Wally Moe. Oh, you can't see those videos because I'm covering it. So here's Meet Dave, Meet Wally Moe. And I just want to say again, Dave, thanks for being a part of my show and bringing in the great advice. And I couldn't let a minute go further without thanking you for that super chat. So thank you for that. So let's bring in Melissa. Let's see what's going on with you guys and how you guys do your numbers, okay? Hang on one second, John.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to Auto Transport Intel.
Hi.
Hey, all right, so hang on one second. Okay, Melissa and John, are you both with me?
Well, I'm with
I
you.
am.
All right, you guys are both here. So, welcome to the show. I mean, Melissa, I just talked to you today. John, I talked to you Friday. And I mean, you've got GriffoAutoTransport.com. John, you've been doing this 20 years. Melissa, you said you've done brokering, now you're doing dispatching. I mean, this is
Yes.
car hauling. This is a family business, right?
It is, and that's what we're striving to do is to keep it a family business owned and operated.
All right. And so that's why I brought you on the show. I figured you would be a perfect organization to continue the conversation of know your numbers, study your numbers, because you guys obviously do that.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's, Melissa, that's more of your area, right, is the numbers?
Yes, I'm the one that handles all the bookkeeping.
And John handles the physical logistics of business.
Yes, he does all the physical work.
Right, all right.
I'm the one that goes crazy.
You're right. Right. Okay, so how are we doing with this spreadsheet as I've got it right now? Am I close?
I actually was looking at it, and a lot of the information that you have listed is pretty much similar to my spreadsheet.
All right, that sounds really good. Here, I'm gonna minimize it. By the way, John, do you recognize the picture in the background?
Yes.
Is that your truck?
Well, the white one, I actually have two.
Right. You have a Stinger and a 3-car, right?
Yeah, I have a 3-car and a Peterbilt Control.
Okay. This is the Cottrell, right? Or no? I don't know.
Yes.
I think I pulled it off of your Facebook account. So
Oh, that's yeah, okay.
Okay. I moved the picture. So this is, here we are. So, all right, you guys, what I'm trying to do is, because I've noticed that what's happening is a lot of new car haulers are either watching the show or contacting me. So I'm talking to the new car haulers, because obviously I don't have to help you. I couldn't help you. You guys have so much more experience than I do. You're here to help me, right? Help me,
Yeah.
help you. Or however.
Sure, we've had all different areas of within the car carrying between dispatching, brokering, and set up as a lease-on company, and also now with the free car.
Right. Which, by the way, Hotshot Dave wants to know, John, Hotshot Dave wants to know more about transitioning from a full car to a 3-car. But I'm going to couch that till the end of the conversation. Let's keep talking about numbers. So, as a 3-car hauler, do these numbers in some way reflect what you might have as expenses?
I would say the startup fee is between 8 to 10,000.
Which one is your total expenses?
I would, if you depending on how you're starting up, because you got to obviously buy the equipment, which is about an $8 to $10,000 startup fee.
Okay. Okay, so you're talking about are you talking about a line item right now, or are you talking in total per month?
I would say this is more or less, buying the truck, the trailer,
Okay.
getting started, licensing, registration, insurance. But if you're talking expenses, you're probably looking between, I would say, 3 to 4,000.
Okay. So how about this? Since this was Dave's spreadsheet, let's do this. In fact, I like this idea. I'm going to rename this Dave. I'm going to start a new tab. Okay. And I'm going to call this Griffo. All right. So,
Okay.
what should I do? How do I start calculating? I don't know. Here we go. I'm going to go expenses. What would be? Yeah, please.
But so if you can, if you're starting fresh, brand new, without any equipment,
Okay.
you obviously would need, a truck and a trailer. So that's where the biggest expense is.
What do you think I'm looking at? Do you want to talk annually or do you want to talk monthly?
If you're talking annually with your expenses, usually it's about, your gross is your revenue can be about $80,000.
So my annual revenue might be $80K.
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's good.
Or a little bit more.
Or a little bit more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on how you work, and
All right.
where your location is and how many vehicles you're loading. But we're just going off of like a 3-car trailer.
Okay. So I'm just going to write. Now, what I'm thinking is, okay, let's talk about revenue. Before we go to expenses, let's talk about revenue. My thought is, if you have a 3-car wedge, your goal is to reach like between 3 and 5K a week. Am I right?
Yes, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Right. So ideally, with a 3-car hauler, again, this is off central dispatch or friends or whatever, you would like to be between 15,000 and 20,000 a month. 20,000 on a 3-car is doable depending on your region, but that's pretty.
Depends on the rates too. So.
Exactly. So let's just say on a 3-car, I'm just going to do this 3-car monthly revenue of revenue, and I'm just going to say 20K a month. And if I say 20K a month, and I know I'm doing a calculator here. 20,000 a month times 12. So we hope to be annual revenue. Let's make this bigger. And this is us. We're painting happy trees right now, right? Don't you love that guy? Who doesn't love that guy, by the way? That guy's the best. 200K to 250K annually, hopefully, right? So if that's your revenue, what do you think can you come up with an annual? I mean, since how long have you been doing the 3-car hauler, John?
Uh, it's what, January, I believe? What's it
Yes,
for?
so it's been about 6 months.
Okay, so you could almost think biannually, and I know your revenue is going to be higher because you've been doing it so long. I don't even know where your business comes from, but I'm assuming you have a mix of customers and load boards, and I don't even know. I can't even imagine.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And so
I have my boss doing it, Melissa.
exactly. And so Melissa, I mean, what would you say? How about this? This will be an interesting piece of information. What percentage of the business comes from load boards, and what percentage of the business comes from customers?
I would say it's about 80-20.
Load boards, 80-20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. Isn't it interesting how the 80-20 rule applies to like everything in life? It's really weird. Did you know that's called Pareto's Law?
Really?
Yeah. Pareto's Law is the 80-20 rule. I learned that in management class. Yeah. 80-20. Pareto's Law. So this guy Pareto was pretty smart. All right. So what would you say at the 6-month benchmark would you say the expenses are on the 3-car hauler? Could you give a range?
Price-wise or listing the expense?
We're going to itemize in a second, but overall, total, could you give a biannual expense? Like,
it ranges,
Okay.
depending on your tolls, your maintenance. That can be a lot higher or lower, and the fuel varies also because again it's your location. But you're looking anywhere between, I would say, 3,000 to 4,000 per month.
All right, that's what we're talking about. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to copy and paste the same line items, okay? And you said 3,000 to 4,000 a month, correct?
Right, and don't forget, we live in Jersey, so our insurance
Exactly.
is through the roof.
Well, and it's interesting how, but I guess
Tolls and everything.
exactly.
Crazy.
So your expenses are higher, but your revenue's probably higher too, right? Your gross revenue? I think so.
Not with some of these loads that are available on Central.
True. Now there's truth to
Way
that.
plus in Central.
Hey man, you're right. How many
That's
shows?
another subject. You could call me back on that one.
Well, have you seen how many shows I've done on that subject? I mean, I here's the thing. It's funny. I say Central is the #1 load board, and then I just go to town on all the problems.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I don't know how they get away with most of these brokers and companies posting that 10 cents a mile car.
Right? Like that. Well, what's interesting? One of the top 5 load boards in the industry news that I just did had 15-cent a mile cars. Like, come on. Really? Yes. Did you see that? Check this out, man.
No.
Yeah, dude.
I think there's got to be something that's going to change. I mean, but it's sad that somebody probably took those loads, and then and then the companies are okay with that to put the reposting it on that price.
Right. These were heck, these were probably double listed.
Oh wow!
Isn't that crazy? Why would you?
I want to know those calendars that take us around that price.
You can't take an Uber from Kansas City to Wichita for that.
But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh man! In fact, I think the 2014 Ford Focus in this, that is the Uber. They broke down and they needed to get it moved.
Oh my goodness!
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So now in this example, though, if we are looking at, okay, you said 3 to 4,000 a month, so I think I got this number wrong. Let's say 3,500 a month in expenses times 12. So my annual expenses could be 40 to 50K.
Yes.
Okay? And if you are pulling in 200 to 250K in revenue, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
All right. That's what we're talking. And actually, that's why those numbers right
It's
now.
not wonderful. We live in New Jersey.
Exactly.
Everything's so high to pay for it.
Well, you know what's interesting? if I advertise these kinds of numbers right here, we're going to have a slew of new car haulers, right? Because this looks like a pretty profitable business model.
Yeah, but it's not for everybody.
Income
Everybody
No,
wants to haul cars,
I know.
and when they actually do it, you know, it's
Well,
not for everybody.
that's right. Well, you flip the trailer, and these numbers have just gone terrible. So
Yeah.
that's right. All right, so let's keep talking. All right, let's do this. I'm going to add a new row here. Let's go monthly expenses. By the way, I have absolutely ignored the live chat for a few minutes. So let's see what we got going on here. Let me go back in here. Maintenance. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Let's see. I need enclosed carrier from Oxnard to Georgia, 3 units. I can't seem to get it on Central. Okay. Hey man, that's pretty cool. Oxnard, California to Georgia, 3 units. It's paying 5,000. What the F? Yeah, man, keep talking about it. I want to haul the larger.
5,000.
Yeah, is that right? What the F? Chevy 3500 ATV and 2 jet skis on the trailer. 250.
California.
Yeah. Somebody check this out in the live chat. What the F is talking about this load? CB Harold.
jet ski on an enclosed.
I want to haul the larger trucks and SUVs. Maintenance all, yeah. Well, you do want to haul larger trucks and SUVs. That's where more money is, especially if you're in Texas. Well, that's all it is if you're in Texas. Maintenance all depends on how old your equipment is. By the way, that was tongue-in-cheek sarcasm. Okay. That's low, 250 mile. Nice try. Nice try to stay away from heavy vehicles. CB Kaufman, not too strong and solid. Right, and that where we're getting into makes of trailers, right? Makes 700 to 1,200 a day. Says Clarksville, 15 cents a mile, and then they pay 400 to 500 buyer fee from the auction for nothing. We provide a service, and they beat us up over $5. Isn't that true? There's a broker. Oh, this is a perfect way to segue into. Remember that broker you wanted to talk about, John? What broker did you want to talk about?
I could talk about a lot of them. You want me to talk to them bad about them?
I don't want you to do anything. But if there's
honestly, there's a few that I really hate. BWT, and I'm sure, you know, I know he follows me, but I think he needs to set some rules on this freaking company in Spotlight.
Yeah.
They are horrible.
What's going on with them?
They're just horrible. They got so many rules. They'll hunt you down if you don't pick up the car, and their rate is horrible. They don't want you talking to any of the customers and employees around when you deliver it. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So, you know.
BWT, they're horrible.
So if anybody agrees with if you agree or disagree with what John just said, please let us know in the comments below or in the live chat. And either way, hit the like button.
There's a few more.
Yeah.
To that in the future.
So each show we'll let a couple out. Yeah. You know, it's you know, it's weird, isn't it? It's like we live in a world where we're apprehensive to share how we really feel about companies and service, but we know the customer's always right or usually right or something like that.
Yeah.
But what we can all agree on is that the #1 load board contains a lot of companies that for the most part, we all feel in a certain manner that they just aren't playing fair. And yet, as the carrier, you're as the carrier, it falls down on you because you're the one that shows up in front of the customer.
Yeah.
And the carrier gets to, I mean, the broker, they get to say, I mean, they can say pretty much whatever they want, can't they? They're just on the phone.
Yeah. And then most of them work on commission, so they'll lie their asses off just to book a job for the customer and then rip off the driver. It's a freaking nightmare.
It's really tough, and so I know.
And I told you, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you who messes up the whole industry. And I don't care. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, say it, man.
I'm not scared. It's the freaking lead providers.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
My wife can tell you, I yelled at a few lead providers. I told them to go F themselves. And they're the ones that sell the leads to every broker in the United States, over 100. They make millions. They don't care about the industry.
So
they sell those freaking leads.
So what we're going to do is we won't name the lead providers, but how many did you say there are?
There's about 7. Right, Melissa? 7 or 10?
Yeah, I think it's dwindled down a lot, but
I can name them. I don't care.
No, well, you know what? Here's what's funny. I want you to, but what we're gonna do. This is a teaser, right? We're not gonna say it because that's like.
No, I'm not gonna say
it. That's golden information.
They screw up the whole industry. Well, I say about 80% of the industry.
Are there any good lead providers? I mean,
no.
That is hilarious. She said
Not
it.
Really.
That's awesome, man.
Not really.
Oh my gosh.
I've done brokering for a few years, and it's all the same. You know, they claim that they're trying to change the system and they're gonna, make things better, but at the end of the day, they're only interested in money in their pocket, and they don't care what it takes.
Right, and that essentially that is. I mean, I think that what's really weird is we live in a capitalistic country, society, culture, right, nation. We all believe in capitalism, but there is a degree to where we think capitalism maybe is gone too far, run amok. When the banks and the financial institutions in 2008, 2009, when it went too far, as a nation, we said, okay, capitalism has gone too far. But on a daily basis in business, once again, we see, as long as nobody knows, it's almost like capitalism can't go too far until people talk about it. So that's why we're kind of talking about it, because you guys are saying in auto transport, within lead generation, capitalism's gone too far. Are you saying that?
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
And the other thing that they don't realize is they need these carriers in order to perform the work.
Right, and there's your irony, is that, and we've seen that in many other types of industries where the worker gets taken advantage of. And that's, in fact, why organizations like unions appear, because the workers are being taken advantage of. I'm not saying unions are the answer, but
we go through so much shit, and these lead providers, they really don't care.
And that's where that's why then you get government regulation stepping in, and then it goes too far in the other direction, which I think is what ELDs are all about, right? Right? ELDs are going too far in the other direction. I don't know, hours of service, ELD, call it whatever you want to, but basically having to live and die by an egg timer, really sucks, right?
It really does.
It sucks. So
I actually don't run that logbook. I go by paper.
Well, and I'm not going to weigh in on that because I'm tempted to. I don't want to get off track. But
Yeah.
because I've never done that. But the fact is that nobody talks about the lead generators. So when you and I were talking about that on Friday, I found that
Yeah.
fascinating. I've never had that conversation before, and it's almost like talking about the Illuminati.
And then most of these drivers don't realize, like I explain them sometimes we BS in the auction, and they see double bookings, and I tell them about the lead provider. Not that many people know about these lead providers.
Yeah, I don't.
You know?
Yeah, and I mean,
I mean,
you wouldn't know that. In
how they
fact,
get their leads, I can tell you how they get their leads. They're number one on Google. All the Google. So what's the other search engine?
Oh, Bing.
Bing, all the search engines on the internet, they're number one on the page. And then people search for transport, and they're right there, and then they sell the leads. People think, the customer thinks they're getting one call from one company, but they're getting calls for like 60 brokers.
right. Well, and that that's actually, if there is a public service within this show, it is. I'd like to help shipping customers understand transporters better, so that their expectations are more realistic and that they truly appreciate what drivers do. Right? Does that make sense? Because I know as a dispatcher, when I talk to let's see, Oxnard, California to Georgia, I'm going to look up this load while we're talking. But when I talk to a resident and I explain for a half hour why I can't tell you what time the driver's going to be there, and every time I say, with each word I say, that person gets more anxious and angry at me. I don't understand why we're having such a problem.
Oh, Lord.
So, and I know we're supposed to be talking about expenses, but, and I'm going to go back to that, but I enjoy the discourse, and I think it's important, it's a big part of, what we're trying to do here. Let's look up this Oxnard load before we get back to expenses. So he's saying, let's see, okay, we're in alphabetical order. So Central Dispatch does put things in alphabetical order. So that's probably worth $50 a month right there. Okay. I'm not finding the Oxnard. So, and he gave me the, I'm not seeing it. Well, I'll have to look up some more. Dang it, I wish I could see it. Oxnard, California to Georgia. I don't know. All right, let's go back to expenses. So, all right, so you're talking 3, let's go monthly, let's go down here. You're talking 3K to 4K per month in expenses. Would you say that's fair for a new car hauler? I mean,
This is for a 3-car, yes.
A 3-car.
The expense is different, depending on your equipment also. Obviously, the bigger the equipment, the bigger the expense.
And here's a question for you, because I get asked this. You guys are good to give this information. When it comes to the truck, when it comes to the trailer, do you think they should buy new or used? Do you have a recommendation?
It all depends. Mine is, to be honest with you, the 3-car is a 97. It's still going. It does give me a little problem there and there, but that's up to the person.
I know.
New trucks, I have friends that are blowing motors on brand new trucks.
Oh, wow.
Having more expenses on a new truck. It all depends, I like old stuff.
Yeah. Well,
but it all depends on the driver. I mean, I don't need how much do I spend on the dually, Morris?
Well, I think the other problem is that with the trailer, you're going to have whether it's a brand new truck or it's an old truck, you're still going to have your breakdowns. You're still going to have your maintenance. There are also going to be issues. It depends on if it's warranted or not. If you're leased onto a company, not all companies, provide you with a warranty. You're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what what kind of funds you have available.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. All right, so let's do this. Let's now that we've got kind of an overall view, let's try to itemize if possible. Can you give me a range of what a new car hauler should expect as a monthly truck payment?
If we're talking a 10-car hauler, I mean, you're looking
Or 9.
from,
Let's go to
yeah,
three-car
so
hauler.
9.
3-car.
So,
Pickup.
for the 3-car,
Pickup truck, yeah.
let's say an old trailer, you can spend anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 for a 3-car Kaufman. If you're looking for an old pickup, you're probably spending about $10,000. I mean, my husband has a '97.
So let's do 3,500 on the trailer. Let's do 3,500 divided by 12. So we're at about 300 a month on a trailer. Could we do that?
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
We could do that. And then you said on the truck, what was that number you said?
I
Well,
don't
you
even know if you could finance a dually like that. A 97.
Right. Hey, you'll be exempt on the ELD.
I mean, it's a nice dually for a 97. I put money into it, but I don't think they'll finance a 97.
No, I don't think so either. Let's say you find a truck that's 10 years old, but it's let's say like a 5500 that's only 10 years old, so you're still going to get some good time out of it. What do you think that kind of truck would cost you a month? You're just trying to get your business going.
I say about 500 to 800 a month. It depends how much,
Okay, so let's just put 800. All right.
Yeah, probably do about 800 a month.
Okay, so what do you think insurance for a month is going to cost on this kind of setup? 1,000?
So that's your part.
Yeah, about 800. Depending on what you have, I mean, most companies, they want cargo.
Cool.
And
exactly.
liability.
Right. Cargo and exactly. And we're just going to go with the basics, right? Yeah. So you got 50K cargo a month per car. I mean, 50K, 50,000 cargo per car. And then you've got your $1 million liability. Those are your two basic. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So we're at that at 800 a month. And then the licensing and the fees, we're talking about FMCSA, MC Authority, the different fees. I mean, you gotta count it as a line item. What would you put that at per month? Could you?
I would say 25 because you're also including your registration,
okay,
all your decals, your stickers.
And then you can get all that for 25 a month. You think?
No, well, I would say for the year it's about 25. So divide that.
2,500 a year.
Yes.
2,500 a year. Okay, so 2,500 divided by 12. I'm at 2,500 divided by 12. I'm at 200 a month.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Cool. And then let's go to cell phone. Dave said cell phone. Do you think that, cell phone, internet, Wi-Fi, hotspot, I mean, I don't know, satellite TV?
About $300 to $350.
A month? Or no, a year?
Yeah.
Really?
A month.
A month. We got to change our phone bill, Lord.
Yeah.
We got
We have 2 phones and...
Okay. All right. I mean, I know it's expensive.
That's like I'm paying a car payment for a freaking phone.
Yeah, and you know what? And you call in and you ask them if you can lower it, and they give you some discounts, and within 2 months it's back up to where it was.
It gets actually
Right,
lower.
you
I
sign
don't
that
get it.
contract.
Drives you nuts. I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, maintenance. We're talking truck and trailer maintenance.
Yeah, with tires and...
Right. I tried to put tires in a separate, but yeah, overall, let's take tires out of its own. What do you think, realistically, is a reasonable range for a new car hauler, 3-car wedge, monthly maintenance expenditure?
It could be about $1,000 and up.
I think you're right. I really do. I'm going to put $1,250. That's reasonable. I mean, but you could spend $12.50 in one day if you have a bad day.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Exactly. So, let's see here. Compliance. Okay, I'm gonna take this out too. Let's talk about fuel. What do you think a 3-car hauler is paying in fuel per month?
It's about 1,200 on our end with the gas prices, diesel going up.
Okay. All right. 1,200. All right. What about, you think food should be a line item?
Yeah, because you still have to claim that on under your DOT in your taxes.
Okay. So what do you think, John? John, how much you eat in a month?
I don't eat that much anymore. I'm skinny. I try to cut down on McDonald's, but before when I was on the way, you're looking at about $50 to $60 a day.
Wow.
Maybe more on food.
Well, we know that's easy to do because, you know, like especially if you try to eat healthy, man, it's not cheap.
Healthy, where in the truck stop?
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's a whole show. Is the food at truck stops? That's a show.
There ain't no healthy thing.
I know, man. It's crazy, dude. Oh my gosh. All right. So what's reasonable? If we said 40 a day, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say 40 to 50. I'd say 40.
Okay, so we're at 800 a month. Plus sodas, you know, snacks. I think 1,000. Could you do 1,000? I don't know.
On food? Oh, a month.
A month on food?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I know, isn't it? That's what's so funny about doing this. You know, you start to put it all together, and it's crazy. Oh, here we got Jose says attorney or accountant fees. Yeah, right. Legal is definitely on anytime you do a like when you're doing your taxes, legal is an item where, you know, you could, whether you've gotten advice, whether you've had something prepared, whether you spent time with your accountant. I mean, you know, I think they call it legal professional fees. You know, that's...
To be honest, I use TurboTax, and it's great.
TurboTax. Okay. Well, let's put that under car hauling software. How much do you pay for TurboTax?
It's probably that's about $200 for your state and federal under the business.
That's an annual fee, right?
Yeah.
And what do you have? Is there any other software you use in your business other than TurboTax? I mean, do you use, oh gosh, what's it called?
QuickBooks.
Yeah, QuickBooks.
I'm old school. I do same style as you, the Excel spreadsheet.
How about this then? Since we did, okay, so wait, TurboTax. What was TurboTax again? 200?
It's about 200.
All right, so so your software is at 20, but with your cell phone, would you consider, does 300 a month with your cell phone include the cost of, you know, PC, computer, repair? I don't know.
No.
Right? So
it's 2 phones, and we had employees, so we had additional phones also, which are still on the plan, so that's why it's probably a little higher than that and iPad.
So I'm going to put your PC, I'm just going to put $100 in PC because you got to pay for, you know, PC and equipment, right? Exactly. PC, internet, equipment. I feel like we're doing your taxes.
Yeah, how much would that?
Man, what's going on, dude? This is crazy. I didn't know that was going to happen. Because you know what? I hate doing taxes. I can't stand it. Let's go to your ELD. What ELD do you use?
I don't use.
Oh, that's right. You don't use an ELD. All right, let's take that.
And on the big truck, I don't think I'm going to use it on the big truck because it's 2001 with a 99 motor. So
nice.
I think
you are exempt. It's the engine.
Yeah.
If the engine is pre-2000, right? You have until 2019, I think, right? Or no, I'm thinking of AOBRD.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the pre-2000 exemption. I have a feeling I read that by like December 2019, which is 2 years of the mandate anniversary, like most exemptions are gone. I think. I don't know. I don't want to be a
Yeah.
harbinger of death, but let's move on. What about tolls? What are you paying in tolls per year? Since you talked about, Jersey
Let's
and
just say,
tolls. I don't even
you go
know.
to New England, let's say the GW is about 100, I think, 110.
A month or a year? Oh, that's just
No,
for
it's
one
all, that's
toll.
like a day.
Right,
One
exactly. Oh
toll.
my God. That's an
If you
out.
go to, let's say, Long Island, you're spending about 200 to 250.
So let's.
Maybe,
Yeah.
my goodness, that's a lot of money.
That's right. I mean, what I'm thinking now is I'm going to ask you guys, what are you paying in tolls either per week or per month? Could you estimate? Could you give a range?
Let me see. Going it's about
Yeah,
200.
it's about 200
A month or a
on a
week?
3-car.
On
I would say
a
a
weekly
month.
basis.
Exactly.
A month?
No.
Well, on a
Oh, okay.
3-car, you're not really paying
Yeah,
much on.
Okay. So we're going to go 200 a month on a 3-car hauler?
About.
I'm just going to do that. That's cool. All right. You guys have central dispatch. That's 115, right?
Yes.
All right.
Central dispatch is 115. We need to cut them off.
I'm telling you. Oh, man, that's a whole nother... Well, I've already done that show, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing that show. I like doing that show.
And if, the carriers, they decide they don't want to pull their cars, you have the additional expense for carpooling.
Ooh, that's a good
What
one.
were you trying to say? That's a lot of walking.
No.
I'm not going to walk.
I'm not.
Carpooling. Okay. Carpooling.
That's the best thing that came in mind. You don't have to freaking walk and struggle and get these cars.
Carpooling is awesome. Yeah, I mean, almost every driver I've talked to uses carpoolers when able.
Yeah, these officers got bad, so they let them deal with it. I feel bad for them. I mean, but I stress out a lot when I try to look for a car.
Well, and it sounds like it's a pretty good deal because if you're in the range of $10 to pull a car, right? Is that okay? So
It's about $7 to $8.
that's an unbelievable good deal, isn't it?
Yeah, that is 7 to 8, but $10, that's too much.
See?
That's my opinion.
Well, all right. Well, we'll cover that when we can do the carpooling show. But let's say it's $10 a car. How many cars do you think you pay to get pulled a month?
It's definitely for carpooling. I would say about 100 to 150
a month.
Yeah.
It sounds fair. I'm gonna put 150.
Because it's mostly auction work.
Right. Well, it seems like he's at the auction a lot, so his carpooling fees are going to be higher maybe than some. But as a dispatcher,
it all depends how many cars I get.
As a dispatcher, I really try to do as much auction pickup as I can get. Dealers and auctions are my two favorite pickups.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like residents for delivery, but it seems to be it's too long on the phone. I have to do all the education. It seems like the broker didn't tell him anything.
Yeah.
You feel that way?
Yeah, you're right.
It's a bummer, isn't it?
That's another show.
Yeah, that is. Oh man, there's so many shows, dude.
Well, not only that, they're always calling for an update.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Which now we know that car hauling software should be able to help on this end of things, but I mean, there's still a million phone calls. I don't know when that's actually going to happen, but hopefully one day. But what I want to do is, based on the numbers that I just took, I added it up, and I'm at 6,000 plus per month on the numbers that you and I just talked about.
Now, this is if you're on your own. The other thing you have to include, if you're leased onto a company, you have to provide them with a hauling fee.
Okay, so let's go through that piece, because that's an important piece. In fact, when I've talked to some newer car haulers, we discuss, okay, they don't have their CDL, they don't have their authority, they want to work for another company. Help me walk through how to look at that business model with what we're talking about. Are you able to do that for me?
Well, if you're a 3-car hauler, you do not need a CDL.
You don't ever?
No, if it's under 26,000 pounds.
That's interesting, because
If it's over 26, then you need a CDL, 26,000 pounds.
Okay, but aren't there situations where you combine the trailer and the truck and the weight of the 3 cars that you're booking, and now you're easily over 26? Doesn't that happen?
Nah.
Really?
Sometimes I'm over, but most of the times I'm under 26.
What kind of cars are you hauling? Are you hauling mostly sedans, or are you not?
Like cars. Sometimes I do pickups, but I mean, I really don't go through scales in Jersey.
It's interesting because in the Midwest, I mean, I don't know if let me say it this way. Rarely do I book 3 cars in the Midwest and one of them isn't a truck. It's rare. Because in the Midwest, there's so many trucks. I mean, from Carolinas, right?
If you have a truck and let's say 2 sedans, you're going to be over.
Exactly. A truck and 2 sedans and you're already over. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think that when I talk to new car haulers, I mean, I'm telling them, you just start on the road to getting your CDL. Because I booked for a guy, it was years ago, and I was learning what this was all about as far as all of the different parameters, and I'll be damned if I could book him a 3-car load and stay under the 26. It was hard.
Yeah. It is kind of hard, to be honest with you. But,
okay.
It's not about the state trooper. I remember most when they said if you're over 26,000 and you get pulled over at a scale and you're over 26,000, I don't know if it's true or not. This is what the state trooper told me. I have a CDL license, so I won't get a fine because I have a CDL license. So then, I don't know if that's
I don't know.
Telling the truth.
I'm not sure either.
Well,
sounds like another.
And it could vary by state.
Oh yeah, well he said in Jersey or PA or something. If I'm over 26,000 pounds, I'm okay because I have a CDL. But if someone will get a overweight ticket and something without, that's what he told me. But it's very hard to keep the 26,000 pounds on it.
It is. It's hard, and I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to find that out during a road check blitz.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. You're a jinx me.
Exactly. Oh man, this has been crazy. And I was just talking about dreams. Now you'll never get to sleep. Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm kidding too, man. So here's what I'm gonna do. I think that I accomplished what I was trying to accomplish with you guys, and that is we kind of went through another list of expenses. But overall, the whole purpose of this is as you begin to itemize and list these expenses, it really adds up fast.
Definitely.
And you truly realize that you can't move. You cannot move the broke down Uber from Kansas City to Wichita for $30.
No.
I've seen that post. You know what? I've just seen that. Now you think that I've seen that post. That had to be a joke because I don't know who the hell would take that.
And you know what? You know it's not a joke because there's an Audi right next to it for the exact same rate.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's crazy. In fact, as we look at it, look,
there's some in Jersey here.
There's another Jeep for $30.
Oh my goodness. But I see that all the time on Central, especially in Jersey. You go like 10 cents a mile, 12 cents a mile. I'm like, are you shitting me?
You call the broker, you give him your list of expenses, and they're going to say something like, yeah, but there's 3. You know, it's economies of scale.
Then they'll turn around and say somebody else would take it.
No, that's exactly what they say. And they say capitalism run amok, goodbye. So, I don't know. Anyways, listen, you guys, I want to thank you for joining me for this segment. I know we're going to talk again. And I mean,
definitely. I got a lot of stuff.
me too. I know, it's crazy. I know, I could too. We could do, man. You and I could do a whole month. I guarantee.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just let me know when.
Yeah,
go on.
Dude, you're coming back on the show.
People hate me out there, brokers, but I don't care.
Well, you know, what's here's an interesting statistic for you, and then I'm going to let you go. But I wanted to show you that the show that I did about brokers, this one here, Broker Deadbeat, in my statistics, it's listed as one of the shows that cost me the most subscribers.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow, interesting, yeah.
I know. So nobody likes bad news.
I think a lot of carriers are on the same page with the brokers.
Well, that's why
they feel the same.
I thought subscribers would go up because I'm drawing attention to an important problem. I guess I had some broker subscribers that aren't going to be watching the show anymore. I don't know.
You know what?
Isn't that interesting? It's fascinating, man.
All that matters, let all the drivers know the bad brokers.
Man.
They won't pick their freaking load.
Well, and that's why it is really interesting to talk about. Let's see, what do we got here? I don't know, there's something going on here. But listen, guys, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I look forward to talking to you guys again. And, you know, let me know how I can help. We've talked about some other topics, so let me know what I can do for you guys.
Oh, definitely.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks for your time. Good night, you guys. You too. All right, thanks.
You too.
All right, see you. All right, bye. All right. Oh, that was a great segment. I knew that was going to be great. Let's go back to, okay, so here I am. So we're talking about know your numbers, study your numbers, and we're going to go right into, I've got my last segment tonight. This is going to be a long show. Oh, man, you're still here. Awesome. Now, Gartho, we're going to have you, I know it's not Gartho, but it says Gartho, and I can't remember. Is it Garth? I think you're going to come on the show next week, so hopefully you're available next week, and I'm looking forward to that. But for now, what we're going to do another car hauling coaching with Hotshot Dave, so let's get into that. And I know I'm running late, but I told you guys I would be. Oh, and we didn't find out why John is doing a 3 instead of the full. But we'll find that. We'll get that answer sometime.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for hanging on so long. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, ain't no problem.
All right, cool. So I'm going to bring in Why Sean right now, okay?
Alrighty.
Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Let's get our graphic here. And okay, so what's going on here is Hotshot Dave is going to talk to Why Sean about advice in car hauling. So here we go. This is going to be cool.
Hello?
Hey, Why Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks, yeah.
All right,
Having me.
cool. So, all right, Dave, Why Sean, can you guys both hear me?
I'm here, brother.
All right. Now, Dave, as we talked about, you were a little louder when we talked about some kind of adjustment. Let me know if you're able to do that. But either way, I'm really happy to have you guys with me tonight.
Ain't no problem. Am I good now?
Yeah, better. Awesome. So,
Alright.
so Why Sean, what did you do? Did you send me an email?
I did, yeah. Well, I had commented on a video.
Okay, you commented on a video, right? And you were
Yeah.
What were you looking for? What was your comment about?
Well, I wanted to, I requested to be like a caller on one of your shows just so I could ask some questions, some newbie style questions, and and you invited me on. So
Awesome. And so this is proof that if you put a comment below and you want coaching and information, I can actually help make that happen.
oh yeah, I can
Okay.
attest to
All
that.
right. That was quite a plug there. But the point is that, I mean, I'm happy to have you on the show, and Hotshot Dave is going to take time out of his schedule to help try and answer some of your questions.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. First of all, thanks, Jay. I appreciate.
Hey, no
you guys
problem.
having me on.
Yeah, and Dave, I appreciate you coming on Auto Transport Intel to help cross promote what we're both doing and impart the knowledge that you have, the piece of the pie that I don't have. So I really appreciate that.
It's no problem.
Cool, man.
I
So
wish I had it, but it's all good.
I
Just
know,
leave it out.
isn't that funny? Well, and that's what's cool is that I think we're able to give something that wasn't there before, and pay it forward or something.
Right.
All right. So why, Sean? Go ahead and start. I mean, what's going on with you and your entrepreneurial business endeavor?
Okay, so a little bit of, I guess, just to kind of sum it up. So where I'm at now is basically I've taken my course for my CDL. I have my road test a week from Thursday, and so I'm waiting on that. As of now, I have a pickup truck. I have a 2015 Cummins pickup truck, cabin chassis. It's got 8,000 miles on it. I plan on running that truck, and I'm thinking at this point that I'm probably going to go with like a step deck 3-car hauler, so I can be a little bit more diversified with freight. But primarily, I would like to do cars. And basically where I'm at, like with the process of it now, is about to take my road test next week. I have my truck. I have my business set up and my LLC all set up. And the questions that I kind of have are in regards to like my authority, my numbers, like if the things along that along that road, do I, like, for instance, do I need like my CDL to get my my authority? Like that was one question that I had for Dave.
But I'm sorry, do you need your CDL for what?
To get my
get the
DOT
authority?
number?
No.
My MC authority?
No, because most of us, well, not most of us, but a lot of us don't even have CDLs that do this, with the 3 cars. So your licensing has nothing to do with your authority. It's just totally separate. The CDL is strictly based on the plates that are on the trailer. But I have rarely seen, I mean, it's a good thing you've done it the way you're doing it, because I've rarely seen a step deck that is able to be ran under CDL, because most of them have a 19-inch center beam, which means they're at least 8,000 to 9,000 pounds. So your weight's going to be over 26 with 3 cars, unless you're hauling like Rios or Civics or something like that. So.
Okay. All right.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. Like, I wouldn't know, as a dispatcher, I wouldn't know the weight of a center beam on a step deck. I would not have thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, a step deck is fully covered. If you look at a wedge or any car hauler, there's holes, and that really helps us under that weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like these newer trailers have the heavy mesh, which if they had an extra, probably 600 to 700 pounds. So,
wow.
step deck I can almost guarantee you would need a CDL. So you definitely went with it the right way, but you can get the ball rolling without your CDL. Now, my recommendation, and this is what I did, pay somebody $600 to do what you need. To get all your New York HUD, if you're running in Kentucky, all that stuff. The little bit of money you're going to pay them to do it and have it all done in a lump sum is, well worth it in my opinion.
So
and they don't have to charge as much. Go ahead.
And what is this for?
Like a carrier compliance company?
Actually, I hope you don't mind, but I use, it's called Blue Ridge TM.
Cool.
They're in Georgia.
Blue
If
Ridge.
you call them, tell them, look, I'm starting up my car hauling. They'll get you your MC, your DOT.
Okay.
I think they can even do your LLC, but I already had that. But they'll get your New York, they'll get you everything you need, your VOC3 and all that.
Cool. Here it is, BlueRidgeTMLLC.com. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great recommendation. Where are they located, Dave?
I believe they're in the mountains of Georgia, I think.
Okay, cool. 706. Yeah, here's a phone number. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it costs you money, but like me, I didn't know that paperwork, and I can't give advice on setting that stuff up because I paid somebody to do it. It's just not worth my time and headache to go through all that when for a couple $100 they'll take care of everything.
Well, it's a lot. Like Washawn, if you've been to the FMCSA website, you go to fmcsa.dot.gov, and if you go to registration and get authority to operate, you do the drop down, click on that, and you click on this Motor Carrier's Guide to Improving Highway Safety, and you can download for free a 162-page PDF, and it's just chock full of crazy information that they expect you to know cold. That's why you hire a company to do this, because that is,
right.
It's crazy.
That's what you need just to get the paperwork started.
Right.
That's not to operate. That's just to fill out their paperwork. And if say you're you live on I don't know, Michael James Street, okay, and it's Michael space James. If you put Michael James and it's too close together and they think it's one street, they kick everything back because it's wrong. If you don't put a what is that slash between your date of birth, they'll kick it back because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do it all perfect. So it's just easy to just let them do it and be done with it. They got a computer system. They put your information in, hit a button, and everything you need is done. So it's some things you just pay the professionals to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Cool.
So another question that I had was, as far as like Dave, 'cause I know that you're running a 3-car wedge, right, and pickup truck.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so for like your taxes, is there like a certain ratio that you put aside? I know you guys covered this before, but wanted to ask you, is there like a certain ratio that you put aside, however you do it annually or weekly, whatever?
I had somebody help me do my taxes, and the first year, we claimed a loss, so to be honest with you, I didn't put a whole bunch back, and the first year I had was a nightmare. But anyway, I would, like now this year, I'm going to start putting 20% back. As an individual owner-operator, if you pay yourself, quote-unquote, 20% as a pay, just put that back for taxes, instead of paying that to yourself, use that for your taxes. Because you're obviously making more than 20%, but use that to put back for taxes. And you may not even end up using it all because of all the deductions we get. So,
yeah. Is there any amount of money that you would recommend me keep for like a maintenance account? Like a truck, like I said, it's a 2015. It's got 8,000 miles on it. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty much a brand new truck.
All right, so my buddy, not to bust your bubble, my buddy's got a 2017, got 167,000 miles. He bought it brand new off the lot. Do you have a 5,500 or a 3,500?
I have a 3,500.
All right, so you don't have the problem head. What I did is I'm doing 100,000 miles a year. That's what I plan on doing. So I took my tires, my wipers, all that kind of stuff, and it equals 7 cents per mile is what it costs for me to operate. That's what my maintenance is per mile. So I pay it per mile. If I do 2,000 miles a week, and now I'm talking all miles, I'm not talking loaded miles. If there's a mile on that truck, I pay for it. You know, it's easier to pay for them up front than to when you're down. You know, you weren't expecting it, now you got to come up with all that money. So, and I bring, now it all depends. Like before me, John runs all local. So John's not going to do his numbers and base everything like I do. Because he's probably not running 20,000 miles or 100,000 miles a year. Like his fuel bill for a month is mine for a week. You know, because I put so many more miles.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, there goes the egg timer, Jay. You hear that?
Is that the ELD?
Yeah, I'm stuck. I can't find nowhere to park, and I'm 10 miles from my drop off. So I got to park out on the street there. But right now I'm on 287. I can't park here. We're on 78. So yeah.
Wow.
Life of an ELD. What am I going to do?
Oh my
I've
gosh.
stopped at 4 truck stops. Every one of them are loaded. I've been looking for a truck stop for the last hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And last week, I just had a truck. One of my other trucks was got hit at a truck stop. Cost us $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's jamming into them because they're scared to run over. So I don't have a choice, you know. So
well,
the egg timer.
The egg timer, man? What happens when you park on the side of the road or on the on-ramp? What happens?
It's a very long night sleeping.
Is that right?
You sleep with one eye open. I did it one time, and I was more tired when I had to take off in the morning than when I pulled over at night. You know, because you got to think, how many times do you see cars and trucks swerving going down the road?
No, it sounds awful. No.
Well, now you're a target on the shoulder. If a truck swerves too close to you, it's waking you up. So I refuse to do it. You know, now I take the chance if they catch me and don't believe me, I'm going to sit in a truck stop or wherever for 10 hours because that's what they'll do. But, you know, at least I'm safe. You know, I'm not going to die over this ELD. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. By the way, I got to tell you, this is how, unless I'm wrong, I don't think you can put a load number into Central Dispatch and find it.
I don't think you can either.
I mean, isn't that wonderful?
Well, because Central Dispatch doesn't generate the load or the load numbers. They don't generate that. So the load numbers are either letters or numbers or phone numbers. You would almost have to just search a text box.
But,
you know, you would have to search that text box.
Well, but
a real number. You know?
Wouldn't it be cool if Central Dispatch, you know, let you do data searches within their data?
Yeah, but it would be even cooler if they held them to the same standard they hold us to.
Oh yeah, there's that.
If my insurance is even close to expiring and about to renew, I get a phone call and a letter. But yet I've been burned by other transporters that are double brokering and get away with it because they go out of business. So when their trucks are broken, they're going to go out of business. Let's keep taking all the loads until they push us all the way out of the industry.
Hey, why, Sean? Have you seen Central Dispatch before?
I've kind of gone on and browsed through it, but I have not signed up for an account and actually follow those yet.
And that's the thing is that you can't because you don't have, well, you have your MC Authority and you can use your 30-day free trial. But once you sign up and use your 30-day free trial, after 30 days, you're a paying customer or you're not.
And that's why I haven't used it yet, because I wanted to wait till I got a little bit closer before I
So
right now, I know you said you're gonna like run cross market. What is your plan as far as freight? Have you found load boards or anything like that?
No, and that was kind of like a question that I had too, as far as like broker, like having like a dispatcher or a load board, like.
Okay, so
you know,
for the freight world, it's called Truck Stop, Trucker's Edge, 123 Load Board, and DAT, DAT. Those are the top 4 or 5, however many I said, freight load boards.
4. Truck Stop.
I don't run them, but
Yep.
sorry.
No, keep going. Keep going.
I don't run them, but I have friends that run that. And I actually have one that wants to get on Jay's show. So,
Exactly. Dispatch Garage?
I'm sorry?
Dispatch Garage?
No, he's a freight hauler.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That would like to talk to you about his world.
Well, and
So,
do you know Dispatch Garage? He has a YouTube channel, and he's going to come on the show.
oh, is he?
Yeah, and he's a freight dispatcher.
Okay,
So that could be really cool.
right.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is dispatching like a full-time type job to do, or is it something that like possibly my wife could do like part-time, or is that like you have to be committed to that?
Ooh! I can answer this one.
Oh. Okay.
So I want to say this, why, Sean, is that the husband-wife team is a very common combination, and while maybe it has its challenges, it's actually a pretty good idea, where maybe the husband drives and the wife dispatches, or the reverse, but where one spouse drives, the other spouse dispatches, and you work together as a team, and that way all the money stays in the family.
Yeah.
Right now, my opinion on that
Yes.
is
Yes.
because you said she wants to do it part-time, you guys need to do it together. If she works in 8 hours, let's just say she works 8 hours a day, right? Well, if she's working 9 to 5, that's the hot hours for free. So you would need to look during those days, those times.
Yeah.
Now there's a thing called the 2 o'clock shuffle in the freight world. At 2 o'clock is when your prices are through the roof and brokers are at their biggest stress point. Because most places close at 4 o'clock. So if they want you to pick it up today, it's got to be done by 2 o'clock. And you got to be on your way there if you're within an hour and a half. So that is the best time to get the best money, but you got to position yourself in the right area. So if she can do it, but if she's only working nights, you're going to miss a lot of freight. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Jay
Yeah.
looks at the board all day long, and he's working on 3 different trucks. but he's not working on one truck at a time. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well,
but
let me say it this.
probably,
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dave. The thing is that now that I do the show, I don't do it the way I used to do it. I don't dispatch the way I teach now because I'm teaching and other things. But I will say this, is that when I was at my peak 2 years ago, I had 5+ full-time trucks, and I never stopped staring at the screen. I mean, that's what it took.
they pop up. The good ones are gone so quick.
Yeah.
But now, but another thing is, if you can also make that work for you. If you see a car that's on the board, it's been on the car 3 days, that customer is probably hot on that broker to get it moved. So even though it's a load that nobody wants, everything has a price. So you call and name your price. Even if they tell you no and hang up the phone, they're thinking about it, or they're calling their customer. They're saying, look, I have an offer, the first one, blah, blah, blah. May or may not call you back. But if it's been sitting, there's a reason it's been sitting. There's been multiple times when I showed up and there'll be a problem with it. And like the guy at the auction said, yeah, somebody was just here last week. You know? And because of this, they didn't take it.
Here we go. This is interesting. Here's a car posted February 26th.
Right, so they either didn't take it off, or...
It's 29 cents a mile.
How much?
29.
Well, that may be the issue. Or it may be that, you know, it's...
Here's another one. March 9th, 32 cents a mile.
Yeah, well, see, they don't even show up on my load board.
Yeah,
I don't even see those.
I don't either. I always do a cents per mile minimum filter. And that's why I want to say this. That's why I asked Sean if he was able to just do searches in Central Dispatch. Because for my money, what I wish that Central Dispatch had a sandbox where anybody can come in and just check it out, try it for free. You know, you can test drive a car, but you can't test drive Central Dispatch.
Even if they don't let them book.
Yeah.
Even if you can't book a load.
You know.
Just give them a free tutorial.
Something.
You know, let yourself go. But.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you first started, if you got in there and there was other options and you did that for free, would you have looked harder for another border, or would you have jumped right to Central?
Will you ask me that question again?
When you first started, if they gave you an option, come in, see what Central's like, this is what you're paying, would you have went right for it, or would you have looked for better options for less money?
You mean other load boards?
Yes.
Well, the problem is, I mean, you're right. I know what you're saying, and you're leading me to the answer, which is if I could find other load boards that didn't cost as much, if I got like a free if I had like a free sandbox, and then they slap me with the $120 a month, of course I'm going to feel a stronger sticker shock. Whereas this way, they just say, hey, it's $120 a month. You can either take it or leave it.
And once you're in, you're in.
Right. And I agree with you. As far as capitalism goes, man, they're killing it. But what I'm also saying is that when somebody, maybe Ship.Cars, creates a load board that can directly compete with this type of volume, and if they offer things like free trial or whatever, I mean, they're gonna totally replace this phone book as the #1 load board.
But here's the problem. Cox Automotive. They're not going to put Cars Arrive and all the other big brokers that they're associated with on their competition. They're not going to do that. So you will never get the same volume somewhere else.
Yeah, you will.
Hey,
Yeah, you will.
you think?
You will. Yeah, you will, man. No monopoly has remained the king monarch forever. You know, medieval times ended.
Okay.
Okay? The reign does end.
I just
It
I just
does.
feel like
It will end.
they've got such a hold on it.
They do
It's
right
like
now.
it's like putting Bank of America out of business, even with all their scams and nonsense and BS they went through.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. Bank of America
I
is
know.
Bank of America.
Hey, man, listen, Cox Automotive will always have a home with capitalists. I'm just saying that
Right.
they
There's
will
gonna be competition.
there will be. I mean, even the freight load boards have some competition, and we will see. The king will eventually have a competitor. It will happen. I don't know who's going to do it. I'm just saying. That's the way life is. And we're all just going to have such a good time watching that.
Right.
That's going to be a great show. So,
You got anything else?
yeah, why, Sean? I know that. I mean, I'm sure you have a bunch of other questions. So, what else did you want to ask?
Yeah. uh, well, first off, I just real quick, I love capitalism, and that's exactly why I want to be my own boss and be an entrepreneur.
Yes, freedom.
I just hope that it, it doesn't bite me in the ass. But
Yeah, well.
I don't think it will though. So another question I had for Dave was, do you factor your payments?
Factoring.
Okay, so car hauling, no, they will not. You cannot get a factoring company to factor cars for the simple reason of just that every major broker offers a quick pay, and there's a lot of CODs, and it's if people want their cars moved faster, they have a quick pay option. But that's just across the car industry. Now, all of my buddies that do freight, they use a factoring company. Because a lot of freight guys or freight brokers could be 30, 60, or 30, 45, 60, maybe even 90 days pay. That's a lot of money to float for 90 days or even 60 days. And if they don't pay you, what are you going to do? At least if you go to a factoring company, you can get recourse or non-recourse, two different kinds. And so one of them, I don't remember exactly which is which, but one of them is if they don't pay, then you get back charged. And the other one is if they don't pay, you keep your money, but they go after the broker, like the bond and all that. But you pay a higher percentage. Now you have to figure out exactly which one is recourse and not non-recourse. I think recourse is the back charge, but I may be wrong. But for you to float that kind of money just starting would be nonsense. And people say, oh, you're giving away 3%. You're giving away this. Well, when you go to a Mac machine, you give them $3 to get 20. What everything you pay to get your money, one way or the other. It's no different. Except you're playing with bigger numbers, and it's smarter business, in my opinion, to have somebody to back you up, because you don't have time to chase it. You don't have a collection agency. You don't have the department that just focuses on getting your money. You got to be out here worrying about running loads and everything else. That's another thing where I say let the professionals do their thing.
These are really interesting points because this is where a lot of debate lies. On the one hand, if your wife already has a job, she would be a part-time dispatcher, in which case she wouldn't have the time to do the full-time dispatching as well as make follow-up calls for invoices for you, because without a factoring company, if you're doing it all yourself and you're booking net 30 next to COD, you're going to spend some time chasing invoices. Unfortunately, that's part of it.
All you do with your factoring company is you turn in your rate card and your POL, and a lot of times you have your money within 24, 48 hours. You don't invoice, you don't bill, you don't do nothing. They keep track of all your billing.
But with a factoring company, the problem is, and I'm waiting for a factoring company to show me a contract that doesn't include a minimum requirement, either per month or per year, plus a per like a several year minimum sign up. I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, I know of at least one factoring company contract that was 3-year minimum plus a gross minimum per month that you had to factor. So like if you're only pulling in $5,000 a month, which would be small, but let's say you only need to factor $5,000 a month and that doesn't meet their minimum required factoring, there's a penalty fee.
Right. A lot of them want you to factor every load.
And that's not fair, because you don't need to factor every load, probably. Right. That's not fair.
But you know, they're not, well, they are charging you a fee they're charging you a fee for your money, but they're not charging you a fee to do all the legwork.
Okay, but why is there a minimum required factoring amount? Why is it so high? I mean, $10,000 a month required factoring, that's too high. Like, that's...
But, Jake, in the freight world...
Too high, man.
If you're doing...
I know.
I know. You could do 1 or 2 loads at...
I know.
$grand.
And I'm with you. But why is that... That's the thing. Why is that necessary? It's like, it'd be like if your bank said, there's no ATM fee, but you have to pull out money every day.
Well,
why?
They say, yeah, well, and like the bank fees, my bank fees are you either have to have direct deposit or you have to use your card 10 or 15 times a month, because they make sure they're making money to make it worth their time.
Well, okay, but...
Is it right? No. But
I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure that the fees that the fees and interest they get from giving you your money up front compared to what they're going to take covers the nut. There's no need to have all these other contracts.
Right.
I mean, I think it's too much. And that is the consensus. Unfortunately, the consensus is, in car hauling, that factoring companies are now biting off more than they need to chew. But they're just doing it. I mean, you know, we just talked about the #1 load board. They're doing it beyond what they need to be doing.
Right. When you first start, you're going to have, like when you sign up with your MC and DOC number, I'm sorry. You're going to get all these phone calls telling you safety compliance. Hold on a second.
Painful. Yeah, it's painful.
And when a factoring company calls, all you say is, I haul cars. That'll stop your conversation right there. They won't say another word about factoring.
Oh, that's absolutely true. There's a factoring company that didn't want to talk to me any further because I kept talking about car hauling.
Yep.
That's a fact.
I'm a car hauler. Mm-hmm. They won't talk to you anymore.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, that's interesting. You're absolutely right, Dave. They're looking for freight.
Because there's COD involved.
Right.
And they can't get all your money.
Right.
They can't get a piece of all your money.
So, yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you're grossing $100,000 a year and they're charging you, let's say, 3% of that, making you factor everything. What's that? 3,000? No, it's more than that, ain't it? What is that, Jay?
What was the? So what's the number? 100,000. So you're grossing.
3% of 100 grand.
Right.
What,
So
$3,000, right?
so that's $3,000. Yeah.
Right. So if they've got, I don't know, 500 people at $3,000 a piece, so they're getting theirs, that's for sure.
So I think your answer is if you do 100% car hauling or 80% car hauling, you're probably not going to have the ability to use a factoring company, in which case what you're going to do when you do your searches, you're going to look for more COD than net 30.
Well, no, if you do your research, because some of them don't require you to factor everything.
Yeah,
You just need to
absolutely.
tell them I also call hard.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. Do your research. There's got to be a factoring company out there. I just don't know of. I don't know the company. And I've seen people.
My buddy was just telling me about one, but I'd have to get the information from him. I don't have it.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good to know. I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Okay.
Let's hear another one. That was really good, Why, Sean? Let's hear another one.
Yeah, so insurance down payment. So I know that obviously is going to depend on you primarily.
Oh, man.
But is that kind of like across the board? Everyone has a down payment or what? Because I get
everybody has that. Okay, so here's the thing with
Thank you, Kurt.
Here's the thing with
Thank you.
Commercial insurance. Right, so it's not like your regular insurance company that factors itself, right? Or not factors, finance. I'm sorry. I'm getting close to my destination. I don't want to mess it up. So commercial insurance is finance. It's finance. So if they require 30%, 20 to 30% down. Like I just added 2 guys to my policy, and because I'm close to the end, one of them had to put $5,000 down, the other one had to put $3,500 down. Like it just all depends, but everybody has to put at least 20% down. Like I haven't heard of anybody getting with no money down.
Right. I haven't either.
And if you think about it, insurance is so high that for them, and the failure rate is so high, for them to throw all that money out and with no true collateral, they're taking a super rich and losing. Because if you cancel and they don't have no money from you, then they got nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Another question that I had was, I know that you guys have gone over this before, and maybe some of the live chat can chime in on this, but I want to know Appalachian, Take 3, or what's the other one? It's the one that you have, Dave.
Kaufman?
That you have. What's that? Kaufman, yeah.
Kaufman.
What are your takes on those? Like, what would be like the...
Kaufman?
Yeah. What would be like the best out of those 3?
Appalachian, Take 3, or Kaufman?
I'm not asking price. I'm not asking necessarily price-wise. I'm just asking, longevity.
I don't know. I've been pulling a Kaufman since I started.
Okay.
Mine's in 08. I can almost guarantee it's got over 1 million miles on it. And I like my Kaufman. Take 3s are lighter. My employee just bought a Kaufman 2 weeks ago, and it's been in the shop for a week with electrical issues. So it's one of them things where it's like buying a car. You just really don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. You hope you get it from a good pile. Yeah.
But if he's been talking flatbed, is there a brand that excels in a flatbed?
Well, here, what I would look at, and they're not going to be cheap, look into like a ship sheet or something like that. For what you were talking about, freight and hauling cars, ship sheet may be your one.
Shipshe? How do you spell? Oh, Shipshe, huh?
Yeah, ship sheet. SHIPSHE, something like that.
Shipshe trailers. Okay, here it is.
Yeah. That's what a lot of the guys use to haul multiple RVs.
Okay.
Cool. I'm not familiar with that, so that's the first time I've been here. Shipshetrailer.com. Shipshetrailers.com.
You're probably going to pay $20,000, but you're going to get a really good trailer. These wedges and lightweight, really not commercial trailers that we run, in my opinion, they're throwaway trailers. If you are going to, with what you want to start up doing, depending on credit and money and all that, I would, just invest in the right thing first.
Look at this thing. 53-foot trailer drop deck air ride, 25 grand.
Right. But even if you need to sell that.
My price range.
What's that?
I said that's out of my price range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
But if you're looking for a step deck, I don't know that the other one. I don't know what they offer. I know. Yeah, but you have to see what that center beam is, because that trailer looks really flimsy. You're talking about the Appalachian step deck, right?
And the K3 does one too that I've seen.
Okay. But the Appalachian one looks flimsy to me. I almost bought one, but I just looked a little flimsy.
Yeah.
But I personally.
So here's one.
Not telling anybody what to do, but I think if you're going to, like, everything is a niche. Like, it's a niche. And, it's kind of like if you're a plumber or an electrician or you're a jack of all trades. Kind of pick one and run with it, is my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why I pick cars. If you're going to do freight, do freight. Then you can focus on something. If you're just looking for anything, then that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, and I'd rather specialize in one thing. I just don't want to be left, empty. Well, I was kind of contemplating that. Another question that I did have was, are any of you familiar with? Because I live in southern Maine. About like an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, about an hour and 10 minutes from Boston, north of Boston. Are you familiar with that area at all?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money up there.
Yeah, that's a good area.
They're really good. Nobody goes up there.
I actually, you know what? And you know what? Why, Sean? I know a dispatcher up there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
definitely, I'll email you for that.
Yeah, email me, and I can put you in touch with him, and you can at least talk, and he can help guide you through some searches and samples in the meantime. But yeah, I mean how far north of Boston are you?
About an hour and a half. I'm about 60 miles from Boston.
Okay.
I got family up in Belfast.
Oh yeah, Bangor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just up in Bangor at a Jason Aldean concert last weekend.
Awesome.
It's cool up there. All right, yeah. So, that's kind of good to hear, because I was hoping I wouldn't hear. Yeah, you're kind of like in a crappy area, but.
Yeah, right.
Sounds good.
No, you're in a good spot there. Now I don't know what it's going to be getting home, but you'll be able to get out of there.
Well,
Yeah.
What's interesting?
Yeah.
What's interesting is that, now I will say this: the Northeast is almost always a better area than any other part of the country as far as volume and pricing, I'm just going to flat out say that. Even though I usually book Midwest, but Northeast is just usually easier to find loads. It has its own challenges, but so, and also,
Well,
yeah,
the Northeast is one of them places where you don't just pass through. You either go there or you don't.
well,
Kind of like Florida.
that's
You know,
what-
you don't just pass through Miami Beach.
that's right.
You know, so that's why it's so good. You know, to get out of there
And
because there's auctions and stuff up there,
exactly.
and the car's got to go somewhere. So, like, and if you're down here in Jersey and Baltimore, you can always, I would recommend getting your twit card, and you can just always get a couple cars going back north to take to the dealership. So you're in a really good area. I don't know freight-wise, but I know cars. You're in a really good area.
So I mean, like right here, I did 100 miles around Portland, Maine, to northeast and southeast, 60 cents per mile minimum, and 300 carrier pay minimum, and I still got 172 results. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, Maine and Massachusetts going all over the place. I mean, I think that you know, again, I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, but it's not like you're in the middle of nowhere. And plus, not picking up at the city or maybe somewhere on the outskirts, I think is a good niche to get into oftentimes, because then you're not battling everybody for the Boston cars. You know, you're right. Especially if you find some locations up there that you're familiar with, you can specialize in that.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, what do you guys think?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thanks to everyone else who came on the show. Gave some advice. Thanks for all the shows that you guys do, and you know, you guys are very passionate about it. Dave, I've probably watched all of your videos. I've watched probably most of Jay's and things that kind of pertain more down my alley, and you know, you guys are definitely you know, doing some good work, and I appreciate it.
Oh man, you're welcome. And you know what? What happened was I think we dropped. Hotshot Dave got dropped from the call, which I'm going to conference him back in real quick. Hang on one sec, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to conference him in so that I can let him go. As we are at the end of the show, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here in a few minutes. It's 11:15 Central Time.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I went over a river and lost you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So, as Dave just said, he got disconnected there for a second. But as you well know, we're wrapping it up here at the end of this show. But Dave, I wanted to bring you back in because Wyshawn was thanking us for the time. And Wyshawn, I want to thank you for coming on the show, asking questions. It's helpful to my show as well as new car haulers. And I mean, I appreciate you doing that.
Got it, yeah. I hope that I asked some questions that other people would have wanted to ask.
You 100% did. I hear those questions.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I mean, those were good questions. It's good. It's really interesting information, and there's just so much to know. So yeah, no, you asked great questions tonight.
Cool. Dave, I did talk to you through email over Memorial Day weekend, and I'm definitely interested in some mentorship and, you know, getting in touch with you for that. So I'll email you, and if you're available to do that, all that would be great.
All right, sounds good. Just send me an email. And last month I was super busy and slacked off on some videos, but this month's going to be a better month for that. So there will be more videos coming.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that as well. And I understand, man. It's the content you know, I can't imagine, as busy as you are, Dave, I don't know how you have time for content.
They're right. Yeah, and now, like I said, I just took 2 trucks on, so
Yeah, oh my gosh.
do it even more. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Hey, what are you gonna do? So,
Well,
but
be safe out there, Dave. Hopefully you've come to some kind of solution for your ELD situation tonight.
I am. I'm getting ready to park.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
I just pulled in, so we did it just in time.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, well, Wyshawn, thank you for your time. Hotshot Dave, thank you so much for your time. And it was great having you on the show tonight, you guys.
All right, no problem. Thank you for having me, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Take care,
guys. Thank you.
All right, chill.
Okay, all right. Bye. All right. Wow, man. I knew this was going to be a long show. I mean, they're all long shows at this point, and I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around tonight. We covered a lot, and actually, I think next week I'm going to do more of this information. But I do have, so we're going to have Gary on the show next week. Trucking Answers is another YouTube channel. I want to try have him on the show next week. Maybe get Dispatch Garage on the show next week. He's in the lineup, and I couldn't be more excited about what's happening as far as getting folks to want to, take the time to appear and talk. It's awesome. And, I mean, your guys' questions and participation of talking amongst each other and then participating in the show is great. I mean, thank you. Quitcha Shinmi, thank you for joining the show. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do. And I know this is a long show. All you guys, Silver Mint, Kurt, Gartho Logistics, the one and only, Roxy and Bulldog, and for sticking around and participating. I mean, I really appreciate it. It's awesome. It really helps me, and it helps others. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got for tonight. Also, Dave, thanks so much. If you're still with me, thanks so much again for the super chat. It really helps me and the channel. And Alex, thank you, buddy. Thank you guys for joining the show tonight. And also, gosh, I didn't even open this. We got George's PDF here. George, it was his idea that I do this show about numbers, about knowing your numbers, and let's just take a look at his PDF here real quick. He sent me this 4-page PDF. He's got his truck and trailer expenses. He put in his start miles, his end miles to get his total miles, and then that helps him divide up the amount of expenses. Again, you've got similar line items. It's a great way to calculate expenses versus gross revenue. By month per month seems to be a great way to see how you're doing each month, and can't stress enough how much this can help you identify, what months are the best for your business overall, how your profitability is going, and if you're having trouble somewhere, maybe you need to change up your route. But I hope this topic is helpful. I think it is. It actually has helped me think about my numbers more because, as a dispatcher, sometimes I need to pay closer attention to my own expenses versus gross revenue, and then put more pressure on myself. So why not? All right, well, listen, you guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I'll have to go back and start from the beginning. Sure, please do. And quit joshing me. Oh, I said Quitcho Shinmi. Like it's an Indian name, right? That's bizarre. Okay, so listen, man, you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Episode 37 coming up next week. I'm sure it'll be a minimum of 2 hours. So hopefully you get comfortable and you got your ELD Kool-Aid. Fantastic. And if you're interested in Auto Transport Intel merchandise, let me know. Right now this is my only hat, this is my only t-shirt, but I got to change that. I gotta start ramping up on the merchandise. I got almost my logo stuff done, and so anyways, I'm working on that too. If you have something you want to tell me, please comment below. Feel free to send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Please like and share these videos. It helps me in the YouTube rankings. And I'm seeing, I mean, I don't know. If you search car hauling, auto transport, load board, central dispatch, I'm pretty sure my videos now are kind of all over the place. And I want to just keep the community going. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to start up the car hauler. Here we go. And I will, I'll be back at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern next week. You guys take care. Be safe out there. And watch out for the blitz. See you next week.